All right. We're live. So I think that you guys can probably hear me, but I don't have anyone else to double check with. So in the chat, if you can, welcome to another Friday Night Frenzy. Let me know if you guys can hear the voice and if the microphone is too hot or not. Either way, welcome, welcome, welcome. Where are you guys tuning in from? What are you doing? How's your week? It's a weird week. Yeah, it was a weird week. Like there wasn't a lot, and then all of a sudden there was. It was quiet, and then it wasn't. People are all over the place. Like, why is the news this way? Why is everything that has to happen? It has to happen like the day or the day or two before Friday. It's like Thursday news breaks. We've got people from Michigan, Montana, Jersey, Montreal, Kentucky, Winchester, Virginia for a concert. Oh, what are you watching? I'm glad concerts are back and they're a thing now because that's pretty awesome. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Wisconsin. Oh, we've got more Michigan, all the Michigans. Arlington, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, San Francisco Bay Area, England, uh, Indianapolis, New Jersey, Minnesota. You guys are everywhere. This is freaking so cool. Like this is like the highlight. This is, and now I see why people do this. Now I see why Rick does this. Utah, Connecticut, Lake County, British Columbia, drinking rosé. I hope it's lovely. Baltimore, Kansas. This is really neat, and this is why I like that Rick does this stuff because when Rick Hogue does his hangouts and headlines, he always does this starting where he goes and asks you guys where you're coming from. And I'm always amazed at all the different places that you guys are tuning in from. It's really pretty cool. British Columbia, Charleston, San Fran, Kansas, Arizona. I mean, we've got all the states covered. This is crazy. Okay. All right. Well, let's possibly get into it because we have a lot to cover. And guys, I wrote it down. I wrote down the things that we have to cover. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the fellow Virginians, we're all here. All of us, everyone in the Commonwealth of Virginia is here. So we've got a ton to talk about. I bit off more than I can chew. Well, let's be fair. The news kind of gave us more than I could possibly chew in a single day. And I actually dropped a poll. And let's go ahead and end that poll and see what it is that we're talking about. So, no, I ended the poll. Unpin the message. I want to see the poll results. That's not fair. Huh. Well, the vast majority of you guys appear to have wanted to have covered. Let's go into Alec Baldwin. And I feel like if I say Alec Baldwin enough, Ian Runkle's going to show up. And he will at some point. He's a tired Runkle tonight. You guys should be happy about that one. I actually, before I want to do that, one of you guys. Oh, hang on. We have someone tuning in who's going to say hello, who was a previous guest of mine. Just 24, 48, carry the 2, lawyer math, 48 hours ago. And we have Mr. Kurt from Uncivil Law, my friend. How are you doing?
I miss you. I miss you, darling.
Oh God, Kurt, I love the singing, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. I love
No
it,
problem,
man. That's awesome. Hey, do you want to see the unboxing?
Ooh, unboxing.
The unboxing, because one of you guys sent me something and you said you have to unbox it live because it's a thing. And it's hiding out right over here. And I'm kind of nervous about it. Kurt saw the package in my house because Kurt, if you guys don't know, was staying with me for most of the week because Kurt and I are friends and he's traveling and doing the LawTube circuit and enjoying life. So, Kurt, while I grab that package, how's life in New York?
Life in New York is pretty good, man. It has been fantastic weather here the last 2 days. I'll tell you that for sure. Just walking around has been just pleasant. I got myself a shave. got himself a haircut from a nice Harlem barber. So I checked that
Oh.
off my bucket list. Nice guy,
That's-
Robert from Haiti. Trying
That's
to cut
awesome.
my hair. I know.
That's fantastic. And people in the chat are wondering, how is the new robot life since I have converted you to a robot?
I'll have to tell you what, I'm happier and happier every day. So as long as I
Yep.
keep getting happier, no complaints from me.
You know, I've got control of that programming chip from here, like so I can up that anytime you want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take pure bliss on tap, baby.
All right. So one of you
You'll have to
guys,
send me a lock of your hair.
a lock of my hair just to make it that happy. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I'll
All
frame
the
it.
hair. Oh God, you guys are terrible. All right. One of you guys sent me something that I think was a joke / kind of funny. It's a unicorn, and as you can see, I still have my my stable / jury of unicorns that are present. Because I see my nieces next weekend. I see all of my nieces and nephews, so I get to give them all the toys. I'm gonna lose my jury behind me, but you know what? It's going to a good cause. So let's see, because the thing is, the advertisement or what this thing says on the box is that this unicorn is supposed to grow 3 times its size.
That and the Grinch's heart, baby.
Better than the Grinch's heart. I love the reference. So let's see what this thing actually does.
Also, I've heard rumor Rob has other things that grow 3 times its size.
Oh, Kurt. Oh my God. It is so early in the chat. Look at the revelry. Look at the revelry of this astute individual. Oh my gosh. He's so happy with himself. All right. I am now deeply concerned with what this is going to do when I open this package. I'm struggling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%, man.
Yeah, so I've got a new. I don't know how the unicorn became like the channel mascot, but it just did.
Yes.
Where do I put him?
Maybe I'll start a dragon collection and have it just on the background of my kitchen.
There. Now we've got a new juror.
Excellent.
I love it. So, Kurt, how's New York?
Beautiful weather, lovely people. Got to hang out with Joe. We're getting together on Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Gin. It's called Gin something in Upper West Side, and I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. And where can we find, if we want the details, where can we find those? Are you putting it on
there's
Twitter?
an announcement on my page. There's a nice little video announcement, so you can go watch that. It's right in the title.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually say to Jenna Rose, this chat that I'm pulling up right here, need to slow the chat. I would love to. The problem is, some of you are so extremely generous that you have gifted so many memberships. And the one thing YouTube does not allow me to do is bypass one of the perks of memberships, which is just free chat. So I can't slow y'all down. Like, there are too many members in the lives for me to slow down. It doesn't allow me to slow them down.
Yes, you can.
How do I slow members down, Kurt?
So you're going to have to do it on YouTube's back end instead of inside StreamYard. But if you click on the little video recorder icon and hit go live, this stream will be there. If you then click on that and then you click the edit button, it's under customization. So let's walk through it one step at a time. Go to youtube.com.
Go live.
Okay, go live, right? This should be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you click that. Then there's an edit button. Edit.
Why can't I get beyond the little start screen? Let me do my thing. Let me X out of this one. Go live. Sure. Streaming software. There we go. Okay.
So this link is already there, right? For the one we're watching now.
It is. Yes, it is. I've
got it. Great. So click that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then hit the edit button.
Edit button.
Okay, great. Should give you 3 options. Customization should be in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, click customization.
Mm-hmm.
And now it should give you an option about whether or not you want to be subscribers only, how long you have to be a subscriber, and also slow mode. Should be an option you can click and then put in a number of seconds.
Yeah, but slow mode is an option, but I don't know what you were. See, the thing is, I can slow subscribers. I can't slow members.
No, slow mode applies to everyone, I think.
No, it does not.
Does it not?
And this is something that I learned about YouTube recently, where members, when you are a paying member and when people are kind enough to gift memberships, it does not allow you to bypass one of the benefits that YouTube bestows upon all members to a channel, which is that you can chat real time without application of slow mode. Mm-hmm.
This is true. This perplexes me. Mm-hmm. I did not know this.
So y'all are driving my mods nuts. I mean, they're great mods. We have the superest of all super secret McSquirrels in the mod, and she's like,
well, I'll put on slow mode anyway and see if that helps.
It is. It's on slow. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try and do that.
Yeah, put it on 30-second slow mode and see if that helps.
Yeah, we're on. So Kurt, you mentioned that you guys are doing a meetup. Where can I find the details of that meetup?
It is on my videos page. There's a video about it, and also you should check my Twitter. I'll be tweeting more about it in the upcoming days as well. So
you're saying we're gonna see it?
Yes.
And are we going to see any video content of you guys misbehaving?
Yes.
Probably lots of it.
Yes. Yes. Depending on how many people show up and how much revelry there is, there could be many videos of much behavior.
Uh-huh. And they will survive on YouTube for 24 hours until they wake up with a hangover and realize that it was not a good idea.
Yes, YouTube has not been nice to some of our friends.
Yeah, that's actually true. And actually, while we're on that point,
Don't forget to check out Nick Rekieta on Rumble, starting on Monday, where he will be hosting his regular thing in lieu of YouTube, which hates him because he has views that are contrary to the good order.
Uh-oh. Getting a little squeaky. It's fine. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Nick got a second strike, and this one they don't tell you what the strike is for. They never. YouTube is pretty freaking terrible about that, and about a lot of things. They didn't tell Nick what the strike was about. They just said your channel got a second strike. The first strike that he got was supposed to be a 7-day strike. It ended up being 10. This strike is supposed to be 2 weeks, and based on how YouTube has treated Nick, I imagine it's going to be a little more than that. So, but first topic, the winner of the poll was Alec Baldwin, your favorite person who doesn't like to shut up. And judging by Kurt leaning back. Oh, I've got Bree joining us too.
Hello.
Hey, Bree.
How are you this wonderful holiday weekend?
It's a holiday weekend. It is Labor Day. It is the end of the summer months. And Yeah. Yeah. I have opinions about the end of the summer and the fact that this year is just gone.
That it keeps going or that it's
No,
gone?
it's like gone. Like the year's already been passed through.
Yeah. The time goes by so fast, and it's like ridiculous to me because when I was a kid, I felt like time went by so slow, and then now it's like you can't even catch up on anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Bree, speaking of catching up on things, you were prepping for trial this week.
Yes, I am.
Trial next week?
Trial to Thursday and Friday next week. Domestic violence. Yeah.
What are the level of nerves?
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. 2-day trial. Allegations on both sides. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth, but I'm confident. I just don't know how the judge is going to find it. They might just find it as, bickering, but hopefully they think my bickering is better than the other side's bickering.
You know what? Sometimes that's the thing about family law cases is they all end up yelling and they accuse each other of all kinds of stuff. Like when you get into families, you get into the not fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to put everything I have into it, and then it'll be on the judge's table from there. I've tried to settle it several times, but it's just they're not trying to settle.
Mm-hmm. And Lori Leanne, my trial this week settled last minute. Like that's one thing that's awesome about trials is, well, not awesome. And I want to highlight this particular moment is let me let I see Kurt in the back. He's back here and I'm letting him get situated and we are back. Kurt.
Hello
See
again.
Yep. You know what? We gotta contribute to Nate's bandwidth. Everyone go subscribe to Nate the Lawyer and Kurt and Bree.
Hello, because Bree. How's life treating you?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I was just talking to Rob about the trial I have coming up next week. So that's going to be stressful. But other than that, I'm ready to go to a couple of parties this weekend for the holiday weekend.
Oh, where are you going?
One
general
of my cousins,
locations, not specific addresses.
Oh, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna do. One of my cousins is having a baby shower. So I'm going to go see him. I haven't seen him in years and years and years, and it's like 2 hours away, but people get busy. And then the other cousin is just having a barbecue and a pool party, so I'm gonna go and do that.
I always want to get invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Always.
Any barbecue or the barbecue?
The barbecue. The barbecue. I mean, I can make a good cocktail and I can cook and I season my food. Like, yeah. I want to get invited to the barbecue.
We might get you an invite. We might get you an invite.
Good. Well, we're going to talk about some food tonight because one of our favorite celebrity chefs has done something rather foolish. But we're going to do that in a moment. What I want to do, and this is what these chats do to me. For those of you in the chat, and I got distracted. What I wanted to do was I also wanted to say Bree had her very first trial 3 weeks ago.
About a month ago now at this point. Yep. Time is fast.
Time travels a bitch. Like, that's not fair. All right. Bree had her first trial about a month ago and won it. And it was that victory is awesome. Oh, hey, Mr. Boss. Oh,
he can't now hear you just
made.
Rob
yep,
said,
nope.
hey,
I know
Boss.
He can't. Fine. That's fine. You just made everyone else in the chat go hi. Exactly. Bree won her first trial, which is that's the top of the world feeling in the whole world. Like if you win a trial, man, you feel like $1 million. So how'd you celebrate?
I don't even remember.
Sleep?
It was like a month ago, so I really don't remember. I believe Alpha took me out to dinner. I want to say he took me out to dinner, but I really don't remember. Most likely we went out for dinner and drinks.
hmm And this is also going to harken back to something I've said to the chat before is like when you finish a trial, there's this adrenaline hangover that lasts for like 3 hours. You're on top of the world. You're just going boom, 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 million miles an hour. And then all of a sudden it's like, what's my name again? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Well, mine was crazy because they didn't decide that day. So I'm like, I think I won. So the weekend is like, I'm trying to celebrate, but I don't want to celebrate if I didn't actually win. And then like a Tuesday, they came back with the verdict. And a little story, the other attorney did not tell his client for a while. So it was just kind of like a
No,
standstill. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So he
The
thought that my
judge.
client was lying. No, the judge gave out the order. The attorney just didn't tell his client that they lost.
The best time to break bad news is right away
Yes.
because
Yes.
it
I told
just
my
gets
client
worse.
immediately. Yeah. It's like, we
Yeah.
won. You got what you wanted.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Bree. Everyone drop some love to Bree. That first
you.
trial, man, that thing getting over that hump is such a freaking huge thing.
Mhm.
I had a trial that was supposed to go to trial this week on Wednesday, and we ended up settling at about 6:30 a.m. the day of trial, and
Oh.
forwarded the settlement agreement to the judge and the judge's clerk. Got removed from the docket, and I did like a Twitter thread, like it was like, look, good attorneys try cases. That's true. You see the trial attorneys that do that, but really good attorneys also try. They wear two hats. They try very, very, very hard to give and lay out all the facts so their client understands it, and then they try to find that middle ground where they can reach a settlement because people think they know what trial is. They don't know what trial is.
And everything gets put on full display. And so, like I said, I've tried to settle it. The other attorney on the other side, I don't know if it's the client or the other attorney, but they're not going for it. But to me, like my other trial, this thing does not need to go to trial, but we're on our way there. If we settle the morning of, I'm going to be so hurt because all of the exhibits that I need to get together is going to stress me out.
Oh my dear. That's another thing you're going to get used to is the binders that just you spend so much time preparing all the exhibits, the facts. I know more about families that I have tried cases for. Like I know every single detail. I know what they do for their kids' birthdays. I know how they celebrate their kids' birthdays. I know what the kids like to eat. I know what the parents like to cook. I know whether they can cook and whether they can't season their food. I know everything about those families when you go to trial. And then like you settle the day before and you're so prepared. And it's like you settle and it's like, now I have to shred all of this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I had one other case that was supposed to go to trial, like absolutely was supposed to go to trial before this one, and it got settled that same day. I still have not shredded. It was so much time. Alpha helped me put the little stickers on the paper to label them. It took him like 2 hours. He did it so perfectly.
Oh no. And then you're like, now we have to shred all of this work that you just did. I know. And you're like, I love you. I love you. I love you. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. But we have to shred all of this work that we just did. And I know that you took the time to make sure that all these tabs were completely perpendicular to the page.
They are.
Oh,
I still have it. Like I have not gotten rid of it because of that reason. Like I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys don't like the things you guys see in court. That's kind of a cool thing about a trial is the things you guys see in court. That's like 10% of the work. You get to see us perform on like the final performance day, but all the practices, rehearsals, all of the memorization, all the lines, all of the prep work that goes behind the scenes before that final curtain gets raised, that is 90% of the job. And then when it settles, the curtain doesn't get raised, and you have to and you'll find this, Bree. You focus on the fact that this isn't you, this is your client. And ultimately that settlement is the best thing for your client. And we have these lovely things called shredding companies that shred and destroy the paper and recycle it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. People are telling me to focus. And I actually brought something in to help me focus or to help me remember why I have to focus. Let's see. I hope this doesn't blow anyone's eardrums off. Let me see if I can do this. It is the most accurate depiction of how
But the
ADHD
conversation
works.
feels so linear to me.
This feels linear?
Yes. Yeah. That's the little clip. So I know. It's so dumb. I get so pumped up about such the dumbest things in the world. But now, Bree, have you heard about any of the Alec Baldwin stuff that released this week?
No.
Well, Alec Baldwin, our favorite person who doesn't like to do the whole shut up Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He did some stupid stuff. And the stupid stuff that he did resulted in a defamation lawsuit. And this is not regarding anything regarding any firearms. This is a defamation lawsuit. And not very smart of him to do that. So what I am trying to do in this particular moment, without completely boomering myself, is to bring up the lawsuit. Bum, bum, bum.
So he's filing a lawsuit against someone else?
No, somebody sued him because Mr. Baldwin had some statements to make about somebody that he contributed some money to at some point in time. And I will actually pull up the backstory before we bring up the lawsuit because it is worth talking about. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Pull up there's that tab. We have a lawsuit and we're going to share the tab. Share a screen. We share the screen. Oh, we have Ian here to help distract me. Because I need like 2 seconds. Here. Ian, how are you, my friend?
Hello.
So I needed a good 2-second break, and you're here, which means I know that you know how to consume 2 seconds.
I mean, I don't know how to consume only 2 seconds.
Why don't you do the 2 seconds that I know is 5 minutes?
Fair enough. Well, I heard that there might be some Baldwin discussion happening, so I can talk about that for easily more than the 2 seconds. Is that what? Did I miss that discussion?
He's just starting it. He's trying to pull up the backstory of the defamation suit, but I'm not familiar with it, so take it away if you are.
Well, I haven't been looking into the defamation suit as much. I've been looking at the whole, the whole gun safety thing and just being astounded by what I see. Because I actually have a video just recently where I took somebody to the range who had like literally my criteria were I need somebody who's never fired a gun. And so I found somebody who's like, well, I've fired a squirt gun. And so we brought her out to the range. I put a blindfold on her and she was still able to sort out a mixed pile of dummies from not dummies, dummies from live ammunition, such that she could have avoided shooting the cinematographer. So yeah, it's just stunning to see that. And oh yes, have you watched My Cousin Vinny?
No, I haven't. We cover this on my channel on a weekly basis. I just don't have the time right now. So I'm aiming towards the 3rd week of September to do like a private live stream for it, because otherwise I'm not going to do it if it's not like, if other people aren't watching me, I'm probably not going to do it. But
if you ever make it up to Edmonton, I will sit you down and you'll have to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. What I will tell you is it took a bet for me to finally watch Godfather all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And the bet was essentially like, if I didn't watch Godfather all the way through, I had to appear on the next live stream wearing all pink.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah.
I was like, not for me.
I don't know, but you saw my new edition.
New unicorn?
Mm-hmm. It was
nice.
A gift from one of that squeak.
That was an exceptional squeak.
It was great. It was like horror movie style.
Yeah, no, somebody's gonna
Oh, that's huge.
That is not small.
It's big. That's a big unicorn. He
Friends
just
in
has
the
some
chat,
stuff back there.
everyone needs to send one just that size to Rob so that he can eventually have like 100 of those all the same size. And that way his house will just be nothing but unicorn.
I said that's my jury. So that's my jury of unicorns. Hey, Bree, people in the chat are asking, what's your channel? What's the channel name? Let's tell them where you are.
Oh, I am Boss Attorney Bree on YouTube, and I am on my way, I believe, to 12,000 subscribers. I think. I don't
Nice.
remember.
Very nice. See, I think you could have ended it like, I am Boss Attorney Bree because you are Boss Attorney Bree.
Oh yeah, I am Boss Attorney Bree, and my YouTube channel is Boss Attorney Bree, and my Twitter is Boss Attorney Bree. And on my channel, we just cover celebrity lawsuits, trademark lawsuits, copyright lawsuits, and we like to have fun. I deal a lot with my chat over there, so if you want to watch me laugh at myself on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights, then come over and subscribe to me.
I think you should. I think you should, because it's a good laugh and it's a lot of fun. So let's do this. I'm going to pull this up. Share screen. Okay, so this article was released this week. This is a background to the defamation lawsuit that Alec Baldwin has found himself ingrained in. So the family of a fallen U.S. Marine killed in Afghanistan has filed a second defamation lawsuit Friday in Southern District of New York. The first lawsuit was filed in the District Court for Wyoming. That was dismissed for jurisdictional reasons, but this was now brought in proper jurisdiction, Southern District of New York, where Alec Baldwin lives. So the widow of the fallen soldier, rather the fallen Marine, and two sisters of the late Riley J. McCollum, alleged that Baldwin accused one of the sisters, Royce, of storming the U.S. Capitol. Here's the problem with that. Royce didn't storm the U.S. Capitol. Royce didn't do anything of the sort. Baldwin was rather public about his upset nature about this particular incident, and said some not so nice things about the family, including, and he did it on his Instagram page, "When I sent you money for your late brother out of a real respect for his service to the country, I didn't know you were a January 6th rioter." Royce then says, "Protesting is perfectly legal in the country. I've already had my sit down with the FBI. Thanks. Have a nice day." Royce was in Washington, D.C., and because she was in Washington, D.C., she was interviewed. They didn't see anything there. Baldwin then responded, "I don't think so. Your activities resulted in unlawful destruction of government property." And you can see how this becomes a problem if this person didn't do these things. The death of a law enforcement officer and assault and the certification president, blah, 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 blah. I reposted your photo. Good luck.
Wow. Because, friends in the chat, the real ways to set off the defamation alarms in a big way is accusing somebody of having VD or criminal activity. Both of those are big no-nos. Although if you're thinking of talking crap about somebody, talk to a lawyer, because really there's very little you can do without potentially talking to a lawyer. But wow, this guy just can't keep from flapping his gums, can he?
No, he really, really can't. He's incapable of shutting his mouth, and in the worst possible way, especially if you're going to spout out on Twitter and repost someone's photo on your Twitter page. What is wrong with you?
No research behind it, as if he doesn't have enough lawsuits going on.
Oh, I know. It's like, are you kidding me? And here, I'll pull it up. Hang on. Let me find that article. Copy. Paste and go. Wait, why did that work? It worked. Okay, good. I'm not as I will figure this out at some point in time.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. Not a freaking chance.
The screen sharing?
all of it. You know, I get too distracted. I get too distracted by the fun stuff of just the voice modification, like the chipmunk voice, which is just epic. Maybe Alec Baldwin needs the chipmunk voice. Either way,
He just needs the voice changer that just stops him talking.
He'll probably talk even more if you gave him a voice change.
That's true. He probably would.
that wasn't me, Bree. That was Ian.
He's lying. That was totally Rob.
Yes, it was totally me. That was Ian that did it. And yes, I see people in the chat just dropping squirrel, which means that I'm distracted. Okay. Alec Baldwin is sued by Fallen Marine for $25 million. This is in reference to the previous lawsuit that was filed in Wyoming. Yes. Obtain a copy of the complaint. There's Mr. Baldwin, and there's the Fallen Marine. You know, photo selection is interesting for these articles. It's like,
I was like, did he pick that?
yeah. I mean, no, it's obvious the person who wrote the article picked it. I mean, it's pretty good. Alec Baldwin with the evil villain like side eye, and
That's
then
from
Marine.
Baldwin's. That's from his Tinder page.
I would
Oh,
say
that's
it's
where they
more
got
of a sassy picture as well. Yeah, probably.
Is he on Tinder? I thought he was happily married to someone from Spain who is not.
I'm
from
just
Spain.
talking shit. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the wife of that Fallen Marine. That's Gigi, and that's their son, Levi. So this is the person that Alec Baldwin is talking about. So when we're looking at what Alec Baldwin says, I want you to keep in mind this person lost their husband and is now raising this baby boy, Levi, by herself. Yeah. So basically, Alec Baldwin's response was to say that she was this horrible person. Made the comment of, you know, you saw that previous comment.
Yeah, which
other
I
people
hadn't.
other people struck out against Baldwin, basically saying it's not. Yeah, these are some of the comments that she received after Baldwin made her post. Someone losing a sibling is not an excuse to be an a-hole traitor, nor does it give her special status over other Americans trying to overthrow the government has consequences. She didn't do those things. So you might want to consider that part. There's
And consider that part means check yourself before you wreck yourself.
which Baldwin is apt to do. So here is that young Marine. Now, notably, Baldwin posts this. This is the post. He posts this picture of this woman who he says is her sister. That is not her sister. He just posts a picture. So there's strike
That
two.
doesn't look remotely. Yeah, not even close.
Mm-hmm. There's strike two. Strike two. You posted the wrong photo. You attributed it to the wrong person. And look what he says. Are you the same woman I sent money to? Your sister's husband who was killed during Afghanistan exit.
No.
Why is he on social media? Like,
Why
he
is he
doesn't
doing
have
anything?
a marketing team.
Yep. So now when he reposts that on his own Instagram, he tags her and people send this kind of stuff to her. Well, this is his comment. When I sent you the money for your late brother out of real respect for his service to our country, I didn't know you were a January 6th rioter. Okay. Then she responds, protesting is perfectly legal. Blah, blah, blah. Your activities resulted in unlawful destruction of government property, the death of a law enforcement officer, and assault on the certification of the presidential election. I reposted your photo. Good luck. So, and then here's the other part. Baldwin's reposted the photo from an account that had 1,496 followers to his account, which has 2.4 million followers.
Whoops.
And then here's the other part. The woman in the MAGA hat is unknown.
Yeah, that's, when we're talking about the whole sharing something to a new audience, that's kind of what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So here is Alec Baldwin's repost. There's an interesting story here. So I read in the Times, I believe, the story about the soldiers that died at the Kabul airport. That's the other nuance of this story. The fallen soldier was one of those 13 that were killed in the withdrawal from Afghanistan. I did some research. I found on IG that this woman is the brother of one of the men who was killed. I offered to send her sister-in-law some money as a tribute to her late brother, his widow, and their child, which I did as a tribute to a fallen soldier. Then I find this: truth is stranger than fiction.
Wow.
And
The,
Baldwin,
why does he keep saying, "Oh, I sent them money. I sent them money"? Like, who knew that he sent the money? Like, why is he trying to justify, "Oh, I sent it because I didn't know they rioted. But if I knew they riot, like, who knew that he sent the money?" Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm asking the question.
I think he was doing the, like, look at me, I'm supporting vets, and I sent money to a fallen soldier. So he does that, and then he posts this one. He says, "I'm going to take this down tomorrow," which is clearly an acknowledgement that Instagram's going to probably flag it and make him take it down. Lots of Trumpsters chiming in here, blah blah blah. Railed against blah blah blah. So he's now making all these comments. Good for you, good for you, good for you. But again, implying that this person is this other person. And these are some of the things that she received as comments.
Oh, I'm guessing this is going to be toxic.
It's not pretty. Yeah, it's not pretty. Say this about, and yet you were so quick to take money from him. Is that how it went down? If it is, you're disgusting, and you are erasing your brother's legacy.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not going to read that one out loud. I'm going to leave it out there for you guys to see it.
Ooh, yep. That is, I'd say spicy, but that's the wrong word. That is just that, if you ever find yourself like feeling like saying that to somebody on the internet, go outside and just keep walking until you stop feeling like that, however long that takes.
Yeah. And if you don't stop feeling like that, then aim yourself towards a tall cliff.
Well, no, I'm not going to say that, but I'm just going to say if it turns into like a Terry Fox run across the country, then that's just fine. Like, just keep going, keep walking.
Baldwin just continues with these statements. Just keeps on making the comments because, of course, he does.
Yeah, he's like bringing attention to it when it didn't even need to have attention brought to it.
Yeah. So that lawsuit is now properly filed in the appropriate jurisdiction, and Alec Baldwin has another lawsuit that he has to face. If you're his attorney, like, how much are you like reaching through the phone and like trying to, I mean, I'm not saying strangle him, but kind of.
I think this is probably one of those things where you're just like, Mr. Baldwin, it's going to be another 10,000 on the retainer.
Oh, 10, not even 10,000. I'm thinking 100. Like 500, 500,000, because that, or you're getting fired as my client, because that's just too much.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
And he was wrong 100% of the time.
And he kept talking.
He kept on talking.
Kept going.
That's his life.
Oh my.
Yeah. Class act, right?
Nope.
So I bring that up because I also wanted to talk about something else that's an interesting development. Do you guys, Bree, you were on the channel when we did this. Do you remember our favorite chef?
What's his name? Darius, our good friend Darius.
Our good friend Darius. Oh my gosh, our good friend Darius is up to more. So
see, I think you're missing a giant opportunity if you don't go visit that.
Oh, we're not there yet, Ian. You're jumping the gun.
I know I am, but I'm telling you, I'm building appetite by sort of.
You're so excited about this. You're so excited about it. This isn't fair.
If I was in town, I would totally be like, "We are going to this."
So to keep Bree from being in further suspense, Darius Cooks is his name. He's actually Darius Williams is his name, and Darius.
And you guys should hear the silent R whenever you hear Darius Cooks.
Yeah. Oh my! And I've got receipts. Oh, I love when I have receipts. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I'm going to be able to upload those. Give me 2 seconds and I'm going to be able to get those, but I'm going to talk through it. So, Darius Cooks, our favorite celebrity chef, quasi self-proclaimed celebrity chef, right? He does these things called Dining with Darius. And Dining with Darius is a experience that you get to pay for, $200 a plate. And he will travel to you and he will cook for you. But if there's no host, he will travel to the city where you're in and he will book an Airbnb. And there's an interesting thing about that because Airbnb, every single disclosure, and VRBO, all of them, have disclosures that say that you cannot use their properties to host events. You just can't do it.
And it's certainly not a commercial kitchen in any event.
Pretty much. So it's not a commercial kitchen. He travels to the location, rents an Airbnb or a VRBO, and for $200 a plate, a couple people show up, and by a couple, I mean about 30, show up and he cooks for them. And as he's cooking for them, he serves them alcohol during the process of cooking. There we go.
You need a license for that.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Mm-hmm. You need
Isn't
a
that
license for a lot
funny?
of the stuff.
I mean, you need a license for just about everything, right? Because
yeah.
Big Daddy government doesn't want to let you breathe without having a special ticket for it. But serving alcohol is one of the big ones. Like that's one of the ones that they don't mess around with in terms of, coming after you.
Well, and what's funny is I want to give people a primer about this because I think that it's kind of interesting to be able to understand how he came about or how this part and explain it in more detail. So Fox 5 in Atlanta did a story about him. And I'm going to play it and I'll pause at certain locations and times so that we can talk over it so that we can make sure that we don't get any of those stupid copyright strikes.
Well, and also just because we're having discussion, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring in the receipts and I'll give you guys the updates. So here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear anything. Play.
May have violated multiple short-term rental rules plus a city ordinance when he hosted a paid
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Awesome.
the
event
Kool-Aid.
last month in Atlanta.
Because of previous problems, Airbnb tells the Fox 5 team Williams is already prohibited from using their properties to hold his Dining with Darius events.
Fox 5 team reporter Randy Travis returns with more on what he uncovered. Randy?
By the way, I love this dude. Watch what he like investigative reporting. I want him in DC. Like if we can get him from Atlanta, I want to steal him.
Russ and Courtney, when we last talked about Williams, otherwise known as Darius Cooks, his company had a failing record with the Better Business Bureau. And he used a puzzling strategy of posting private information of those who criticized him or asked for a refund. Well, now there's this.
On top, we have fried chicken croutons.
That's Darius Williams in this video posted by a fan on YouTube, shot last month in a house in Collier Hills.
So a little smoked ribeye for you.
Williams charges $215 per person for his Dining with Darius events, soon to be $289 next year. He pushes the events on his social media pages, some that claim more than 1 million followers. But house rules on the short-term rental site Vrbo say no events are supposed to be held at this Atlanta home.
Do you know why they say that on VRBO and Airbnb?
Well, because it's crazy to do that.
Well, and it mirrors the law. Like
Yeah.
they do that because they're trying to save their own ass. And who's paying $289 like to
Well, and he's not going to show up for just you. Like, if you want to do it, like, it's going to be mandatory that you have, 30 people there or something, each of whom are paying that price.
And for those of you in the chat not familiar with the story, when the comment was made about him using social media as an attack weapon, he's like the king at it. Like I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna I'll have some attack dogs coming after me for this one.
You might be next.
You know what, Darius? Hey, buddy, I'm right here, and you'll hear what right here is in just a few minutes. Play. No, Don't do
be
that.
held at this Atlanta home, and the maximum number of guests is 8. There's a lot more than 8 in this video. Williams booked this house for 6 nights.
So he had all these tables set up in there.
Oh, wow.
Toby Jackson manages the house for the owner who works out of state.
I come before the guests and after the guests.
But you don't expect 30 guests in this house.
No, sir, not at all.
An Atlanta city ordinance also required Williams get a special event permit if alcohol was being sold. That YouTube video shows everyone enjoying a red drink, and the person who recorded it laughing on the way home that the red drank sangria is kicking in now. We have blurred her face. We tried talking to Williams at that same house a few hours before his paying guests arrived. For someone who goes live on Instagram multiple times a day, he wasn't in a talking mood.
That's what I loved about this guy. Like, oh,
He's
come
not
on.
tired of the cameras.
Oh, he streams everything about his life. I'm pretty sure if he takes a shit, he is streaming from the toilet. Like,
Yeah. Don't watch his channel, folks. I think that might happen.
no,
I'm
don't
kidding.
do it.
But I'm kidding about what's the content, but I'm not kidding about don't watch his channel.
No, but I love that this reporter is at the door and he's going, for a person that loves to be on social media all the time, he doesn't want to be on camera in this particular moment when I have him dead to rights.
Well, because of course, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
turning
because-
down all of the actual like news interviews, but he'll get on his own channel because he can monetize that. But when the news comes, you're probably in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't remember the story from last time, he monetizes everything. Like he goes on and he creates discount codes for everything, including doxing people. He will create a discount code with that person's name. And actually yesterday, he used a discount code Bush Lady to essentially get a discount on his website, which is a throwback to our dear friend Mel, who's been reporting on this story and these cases. Is trying to call her out. So he's still doing it, and he's aware of these things. So if this video somehow ends up with hashtags of Darius Crooks, I'm pretty sure he's going to see it. But let's proceed.
I thought you liked being on television. Where are you going?
Contacted later, Williams denied violating any Verbo rules, but would not provide us proof he told the owners what he was planning to do at his home. He also would not directly answer whether he served alcohol. The owner has since listed the house for sale. It's clear Williams has used the accounts of other people to book the locations.
Like my first week working for him, he was like, "Oh, I'm having trouble getting into my Airbnb. I don't know what's going on."
A former worker made this TikTok and later sent us proof that she agreed to use her own Airbnb account for Williams' dining events in 2016.
Guys, don't ever, this is such a risky thing. Like, hey, I'm going to book this under my name, because you sign all sorts of agreements that, most of these companies, basically, when you sign up to, for an Airbnb or something like that, you agree that you're going to be on the hook for the damage. So if he decides that he wants to, remodel the place with a sledgehammer, you really don't want to be.
Or one of his guests does.
Yeah, somebody has a little too much of that orange Kool-Aid or whatever that was, and decides to. That stuff did not look super tasty, but regardless, maybe it's the best thing ever. I don't know, but they start smashing holes in the walls. Now you own those holes and are responsible to fill them. So.
Not only that, but and Runkle, I paused it here, and I'm so glad you interjected there, because this is also a violation of law. Like you are purporting to be somebody else, and you're basically saying I'm renting this for no unlawful purpose. And if you are serving food for an event to the general public or to even select members of the public, you're subject to certain restrictions. And Darius, if he's ever caught doing this, can then go back and say, well, I didn't do this. This is the other person. So this other person has now opened themselves up to liability for violations of health code laws.
And those typically do not screw around. I don't know about, I'm guessing it's probably the same in the States, where they
they don't mess around.
Like $100,000 in fines. And,
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And This is high stakes. Fuck around and find out.
Well, he's doing it. No
You gotta-
license, no insurance, no commercial kitchen, all
Yeah,
of the
this-
above.
This is, you know, fuck
Serving-
around
serving
and find out at
alcohol?
the high stakes table.
Yeah, serving alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Governments hammer that hard. They do not want people running unlicensed, you know, sort of clandestine pubs.
Mm-hmm. So let's keep going. Come on, baby.
Imagine my surprise when less than a week later, I get an email saying, hey, you owe Airbnb $10,000 because you trashed this person's house.
She told the homeowner Williams was responsible and wound up not having to pay the damages. A
that
spokesperson
homeowner's
told
a
the
nice
Fox 5i team Williams is prohibited from using Airbnb.
If you're a business owner who fucks up your reputation on Airbnb, you don't have another driver's license. You've got to find another sucker to use their account that's in good standing to continue your business.
In February, a Dallas, Texas Verbo owner called police to remove Williams when she says she realized what he was doing with her home. She said Darius had...
And that is the right call. You,
Yep.
as the homeowner, have responsibilities and obligations when you let people into your house. They don't end with VRBO and Airbnb. You have liability because you own the home. I
So
mean,
call the pest control, which in this case is the police, and they'll put out a trap and have them removed.
Yeah.
yeah.
She said Darius had blown the electrical system by hosting a commercial kitchen dinner without her permission.
The homeowner wants us out of the home, and we don't know why.
Williams made sure to go live on Instagram to accuse the homeowner of being the real bad guy.
That outlet also doesn't work.
He canceled the rest of the Dallas events, his customers reaching out when they did not get promised refunds. No response from you at all, and no refund for the 2 tickets I purchased. I am out $430 and a plane ticket. How long will it take to get my refund from the Dallas event? He blocked me immediately without responding.
Most legitimate businesses will quickly respond to a customer who complains that they didn't get what they paid for. But Darius Williams routinely ignores complaints to the Better Business Bureau, often blocks people who try to reach him through his social media sites, and then employs a tactic that no legitimate business would dare consider.
And
It's
here we
called
go.
doxing, maliciously posting someone's private information. When Danielle Holland anonymously criticized Williams for how he treats his customers, he responded by tweeting pictures of her children.
I see the caption that he put, which was "Tell Danielle Holland we say hello."
Williams also made public the cell number for the owner of that Dallas house, who called police when she realized what he was really doing. He urged his followers to call or text her. He later posted this Instagram video, bragging that the response was so great, police asked him to remove the phone number from his page.
That was, baby, when I tell you, y'all lit that phone up.
Well, according to his schedule, Williams is actually in Savannah this coming weekend for another.
Well, and this brings me to my point. Guess where Darius Williams is this weekend?
Well, I already know the answer to this one.
He is in the great Washington, D.C. metro area. And he
Are you
is
gonna
in
go?
Virginia. And he is 3 miles from my house.
I mean, don't buy a ticket because that would be dumb. You don't want to enrich this guy, but you should totally just arrange to stand out front, live stream that, and just, ask people, hey, how do you feel about this? And also, call Verbo, call the health inspectors, and you could just be sitting there watching this. And as all of these people show up to shut him down.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me go run there now. I'm gonna go run there now. It'll probably take 2 minutes to get back.
And is he really going?
I don't know. But the other thing is, if you're gonna do this, you got to license Yakety Sax. I don't know how much that would cost, but I think licensing Yakety Sax would be just amazing for this.
If he's really going to go over there and see if the party is going on, we might be live.
Oh, is that going on right now? Like right now?
I don't know if it's today or if it's another day. He didn't say. He just jumped off off screen.
Yeah, I thought he meant that this was like going to happen in a few days.
Uh-oh.
Because that's exciting. Well, that's interesting if it's actually like right now.
Have I kept you in suspense long enough?
We're mostly just wondering what the hell.
Well, what the hell is that Darius Cooks is he is cooking this evening. I'm aware of where he's cooking. This evening. Yes, exactly. And let me do this. I have a few things I want to try and pull up because I want to show you guys in order. I said I had receipts. I think I had receipts. Let me double check. Make sure I have all these pulled down because we are operating in real time here. And real-time operations can sometimes be a little bit delayed. So thank you for your patience. Please talk amongst yourselves. I can actually add to the ambiance if you need it.
Probably. Oh, man, that is exciting. Because I am super curious now.
Okay. So let's do this here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull up super chats. Ian, if you wouldn't mind, if I pull them up, can you do me a favor and read them while I am downloading this image?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one. Yes, this is the one that we need to cover right away. Insurance agent here. Never, ever have an event without insurance. Baby showers, bridal showers, weddings, family reunions, birthdays, retirements, yo crib or not. Alcohol needs an endorsement. This is like, again, no legal advice here. Talk to your lawyer. But the number of situations I've seen where people have been sued over like their wedding is not small, because once somebody is hurt, they're going to sue you. And it's not personal. It's just they're hoping you've got insurance because they're hurt. So you've got a situation where, let's say somebody drinks too much at your wedding, falls down, like trips over a curb and cracks their skull open. They want money. And it's really nice to have an insurance company, because then at that point you could just be like, okay, talk to the insurance company. They'll handle it. That is what you want to be. You don't want to be the person just eating this lawsuit. You'd be shocked at just how many random injuries happen. Somebody comes over to your house. They go to the bathroom. Your toilet's been leaking because, one of your other guests destroyed it and then left it, there. And now, they walk into the bathroom, they slip, they fall. You've been entertaining all day. You don't know any of this is going on, but it's still your house. So guess who that gets sued? It's you. Yeah, this is, and my wedding, my insurance cost me like $10. It's not super expensive. So
and to
just
people
the peace of mind that buys you is great.
Yeah. Tamitha, thank you for that super chat. 9-inch nails gal. Sounds good. Good morning from Australia. Thank you. Nicholas Stero, unionist labor law. Sweden ran out of beer, and now I and the missus are popping Prosecco. This will be interesting. Nice. Oh my. You enjoy that this evening. Vez from Quebec. You had this pronunciation right. How do I pronounce it?
Just Vez.
Vez. Okay. As you can say by my nickname. Melissa, Rob, I sent an Insta DM. It might be of importance to you. I don't know. Actually, we'll check that out in just a second. Nicholas Stero. It's a Unipig. I don't know what that is. Robin Losey, the unicorn. The unicorn to make a great body pillow. Right now, it is the foreperson of the jury. He is sitting front and center. He is taking the votes. Callista, thank you for the super sticker. Champagne Girl, thank you for the super sticker. Samantha Steinis, thank you for that. And Samantha is the person who bestowed the unicorn jury with its foreperson. So honored. There was a valve to let the air in slowly. LOL. Where's Tired Runkle? He's here now. Anyways, love y'all. Love the unicorn. Judge Corn. I'm gonna super chat instead of memberships to help out. Squirrel. Love Friday Night Frenzy. Dryer to fluff. I will do that. Yes.
Tired Runkle needed a nap, and then Tired Runkle overshot on his nap a little bit. So
it happens.
It's, I got 3 hours of sleep last night, so that was fun.
And you're drinking whiskey?
I am drinking whiskey.
It's Friday night.
It's
good whiskey.
Night. Okay. All right.
This is
I'm gonna
Brewers Yukon single malt. They can't call it a Scotch because it's not Scotland, but it's a great whiskey. And it's Canadian,
so there may or may not be an event being posted here this evening.
Are you gonna go?
No, I think I'm gonna stay here because it's more fun just to stay here and not involve myself directly in conflict with someone who likes conflict.
I mean, I might be more. I'd be out there. I'd be sitting there like, let's go have a good time.
And I'm going to bring in somebody who might. I don't want to try the Kool-Aid. That thing looked gross. I'm bringing in someone.
Is get some copyrighted music, get a license for yourself, and then go blast it. So then when he's trying to put that on Instagram, he gets.
I can take it down. Copyright strikes. I like it. All right. I think Kurt might have some opinions.
Hello.
Kurt might have some. Yes, Kurt.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Are you watching?
Yes, I am.
Or do you have opinions?
I'm suing you and the unicorns for false imprisonment as we speak.
Oh, it's terrible. What about on our dear friend the chef who is hosting a commercial event?
You realize that false imprisonment doesn't mean I was not imprisoned and therefore I'm suing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll work out the details later.
Yeah. All of the images I'm going to show you are all public. They are taken from public vantage points. None of them were at all invading privacy. And I have removed certain names of posters so that you don't see them. So this is where this event is being hosted tonight.
Why are we revealing someone's house?
It's not someone's house. There is a commercial. Do you remember that celebrity chef, rather the social media chef that we featured a few weeks ago?
Not particularly, but carry on.
The one who sold the pound cakes and shipped them.
Darius Crooks.
Oh yes, vaguely yes. Okay, I vaguely recall this.
He hosts events for $289 a plate. Previously $215 a plate. $289 a plate, where you can show up at a house and he will cook for you. The problem is he rents a house under a pseudonym. Someone else rents the house through Airbnb, doesn't get any licenses or any permitting to actually cook the food, and people show up and pay money, and yeah.
That seems like that's potentially raising some legal exposure.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Like for everybody involved. Yep. So this is the house. This is the house where he's hosting it. And Kurt, this house is 3 miles away from where you were sleeping 3 days ago.
Am I coming back for a field trip? Is that what's happening now?
No, I don't really want to be all up in this stuff, or all up in his business. But oh my gosh, what is that? That looks like almost live footage of what is happening tonight.
Oh.
That looks like that might be a gap. You know what? I'm not sure that I saw that right. Let me just go back and double check. That looks like a lot of cars lined up like on a street.
I mean, people have house parties.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, but
in front of a house.
Party.
Why did you let him rent your house?
That does look like the same house. He's just having a house party for him and some friends
just some friends
with a minor cover charge.
Minor?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's $300 between friends, right? I mean,
guys, I'm having a house party and it's going to cost $300 to get in.
And here is the live that he did in Richmond, and that little cooler back there. That's that lovely concoction of alcohol that he's serving without a license. Yep.
Ooh, that looks sanitary.
Yeah, doesn't that look nice? You just dip your cup in there and you share it amongst friends, and no one cares.
What is that, like just a Walmart tote?
Yeah, I have those in my shop. They hold like paint.
I have those as well, and mine say on the side, not for
Human consumption?
not for storing food.
His
Yeah,
may or may not say that.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I
you-
don't know what it says
I
about my
hope
thought
his doesn't
process,
say
but
that.
the first thing that came to my mind is the violations with Airbnb.
Everything.
He's he's probably in breach of contract of whatever agreement he had, because having house parties over at a house that isn't his in violation of whatever agreements he has. I mean, that creates problems.
Kurt, I want you to hold the microphone really close to your mouth because I'm going to say this one. He is prohibited from transacting any business with Airbnb. He's not allowed to. He was banned as of the past few months. So this is him convincing some innocent third party to hire the Airbnb for him so that he can show up and do this under their name.
But I don't think it's a smart move because it's all
And then he's
on the
posting
internet.
photos of it.
Yeah.
He's exposing himself.
No, he's not. He's not. He's smart
The
enough.
people coming are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not a good move.
Mhm. Like this one. This was in Richmond. Last
he's
night
just
was a
gonna
dream
say-
come true.
This is the problem. Lots of people take photographs and stuff and plaster it all over the social media. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Last night was a
as a-
dream come true. I was able to meet Darius Cooks and attend dining with Darius. The food was over the top.com and cooked nothing but love. Thank you, Darius, for making the North Carolina boys dream with a reality.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think Darius has some legal exposure from Airbnb, from the people he's serving. If any of his guests get into trouble, like on the way home because they're overly intoxicated, that's a problem.
Yep. I mean, this guy is so greasy, he doesn't have to oil his pans. He just kind of
Wow.
like.
Okay, that's a new expression. Thanks for bringing that. What?
I very
I
much
mean,
like
hey,
that.
he's a cook, so it's appropriate.
I like that. I like that, Runkle. Let me do this too, because I actually did something else. Because people are going to say, well, maybe this isn't illegal here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a lawyer.
I don't know
do
if it's
lawyer things.
illegal exactly. It's just very unwise for a lot of liability reasons.
Well, and it's illegal as far as the Verbo and the Airbnb contracts go, especially if he's having someone else rent it out for him and then he's showing up and cooking a meal for them because his friend invited him. Maybe that's the story we're going to go with. But that and selling liquor, or not even selling liquor, having liquor at a party.
He's selling it. He's selling it. If
I
he
suppose
transacts
he
money,
is inducing someone to make fraudulent misrepresentations. There might be a crime in there somewhere.
well, you know what, Kurt? This is why you trust me to do some of the law stuff every now and then.
Excellent.
You like it? Because I did pull this up. There's a permit requirement for temporary food establishments, especially if you're hosting events. This is Fairfax County. Oh my gosh, he's in Fairfax County. What an odd thing to be
You wouldn't
doing.
have to know any Fairfax County lawyers, would you?
I don't know. That's weird. Because it looks like you have
I'm
to
a
get
Fairfax
permit.
County lawyer.
Yeah, actually, true statement. Kurt is. We are. Kurt and I both are. This is great. We have two on the channel.
There you go. Yeah.
Because Howard King isn't the only one that can bring receipts. Apparently, other people have sent this stuff in. So there's all these coordination efforts. You have to have special permitting for having a small event. You have to have an event coordinator who does all the permitting and is present during the entire process. There are specific requirements for temporary food establishments. Oh, we've got so much more too, because there's also this zoning regulation, which is for use by short-term leasing arrangements such as VRBO and Airbnb. That's funny because VRBO, people think once you sign up for VRBO, you are safe. That is not true. You are still subject to the laws of the state and the county where you live in. VRBO does not supersede state law. This law governs.
Some private organization does not supersede state law. That's a new one.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
But the funny thing is, this one is you actually have to obtain permits. There we go. There's short-term lodging. This is what this is. You have to have all these things. You have to have the plan posted. And someone made the comment of VRBO owners that just take money under the side. And I did want to make this comment kind of clear. Yes, that happens. It's a matter of risk. We all, Kurt, you've made the statement before. How many laws do we break a day?
Yeah, 3 felonies a day, they say.
Yeah, 3 felonies a day. But it's a matter of risk. And this person is Darius Cooks. He already has some public scrutiny, as evidenced by that Fox 5 report and the fact that Airbnb has already banned him from transacting any business with them. So that scrutiny or that risk increases tenfold when you already have people looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eventually you run out of luck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then there's the short-term stuff. And he didn't follow a single law. He doesn't have a permit for this. There is no permit for this. The other thing is, I made this example kind of clear because the homeowners here, and these are the people I feel the worst for, because they are receiving money, cash under the table. They're like, I'm getting this cash, I'm fine. And I made the analogy of, if I have my best friend over here for a barbecue, and my best friend is, I see his son or daughter with a beer, right? I go to my best friend, I said, look, your son or daughter has a beer here. And I'm not going to say how I end that conversation, because I don't want to do the thing that says the thing. But I think everyone knows how the conversation kind of ends. With me very properly telling him, get the beer out of that person's hand. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I have done. But my exposure as a
tire iron.
Yeah, exactly. My exposure is basically, this is 3 people in my house, and these are the parents of the child. And the odds are this person's going home in the vehicle with the parent driving, blah, blah, blah. You're not talking about massive risk. Now, compound that by someone who already has 1,000 eyes on him or her, and your exposure as a homeowner has just gone up by, what, 100 times?
Yeah,
well, it depends on how much I suppose, about all this. But there's potential.
Nope, VRBO doesn't care. They disclaim everything. You sue VRBO, VRBO kicks it to your homeowner's insurance. The homeowner's insurance declines the claim because you violated VRBO's terms of service, and now you are on the hook.
And it is a great way to end up owing more money than you will ever see in your life.
And why would you face the lawsuit? Why would you do that? Like, for each of these homeowners, I hope they eventually see this video, because for each of these homeowners, why would you do that? Like, is that worth you having to hire an attorney, to hire a Runkle, to hire a Bree, to hire a Rob, to hire a Kurt? You want to hire us? You want to deal with us more than just for entertainment value? Because it's not fun. That was a menacing laugh.
Yeah, because we have to put it back in the box, and when we have to put it back in the box, it's going to get expensive.
Oh, it's so much cheaper to not screw things up in the first place than it is to
so much cheaper. Just like Ian said, the insurance for your wedding, you said yours is $10. Insurance generally it's on that lower end, right? To get a couple $100,000 worth of protection. And then maybe you get a permit from the city. You might be looking at $100, depending on where you are. Let's say you actually rent an actual establishment, maybe a couple of $1,000. But if somebody gets hurt, you might be looking more into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So generally, it is a lot cheaper to get the protections first rather than hope nothing happens and no one sues you later on down the line.
And here's my problem, is that this person targets a certain segment of the community. A segment that tends to be, frustratingly overlooked from time to time. And he targets them because there aren't a lot of people that just stand up and say, no, you can't. And there aren't a lot of people that listen. I'm trying to be an echo of that community and trying to broadcast out, because the thing is, he targets primarily the Black community and Black single females. That is who he goes after. That's who he doxes. That's who he attacks. That's who he runs them over with a freight train.
I mean, if you say so, I don't really know anything about him or his behavior, but I'm okay. I mean, I can't verify that personally.
I know. That's fine. Because that community, Agate Adorned on Instagram, on Twitter, puts out a lot of content for that community, and they are speaking up finally. And the thing is, I'm trying to add credence to that voice, because I do see the doxing that he does, and I see what he does to the different members and the different people that are in that community. And I mean, they say, and the reason I brought this up after the Alec Baldwin stuff, and I did it intentionally. You saw the things that happened when Alec Baldwin made the comment about the different DMs that were sent after that. I've seen some of the DMs. I can't read them on this channel. That's how bad they are. Like, people wanting to unperson other people because they have spoken out against this person who's doing things illegally.
Internet culture and people that internet thug are very interesting people to me. I don't have the time to do it. So I don't see, I guess everyone doesn't have enough things to keep them occupied throughout the day.
I mean, I on a baseline level, if people want to go have dinner with the man and pay him $300 for the privilege, like, that's their decision. I mean, I can think of better things to do with my money and time, but
true,
it's not my preference. But I mean, if they know what they're doing, right? I'm going to go have dinner with the guy. I'm going to pay him $300 to go have dinner with them. If they're not being conned, I mean, that's what's happening.
Oh,
and I mean, they can make that decision or not. It's fine by me.
Yeah. So Kurt, you joined after I showed the Fox 5 Atlanta video where he went live on Instagram and blamed the homeowner for the damage to the property. That even in the Instagram video, you can see the property damage was caused by the fact he plugged in like 9 million things into a kitchen that was not intended to handle that. Like, and he goes on Instagram live and blames the homeowner for it. And it says, well, apparently we're being asked to leave. I don't know why.
Well, that is a separate issue. Like, I was just trying to nuance this thing a little bit. Like, you know,
I know.
I was just like, you know, he is creating problems for the homeowners. He's not being honest about what he's planning to do there. And he is defiance, apparently, of Airbnb's terms, and apparently inducing other people to fraudulently induce Airbnb. Because when you go to someone and say, hey, you sign up for this because I can't, and Airbnb says, oh, okay, I'm going to accept it from you, now they're being fraudulently induced into that agreement.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Because of a material misrepresentation. So that's not great.
Yeah.
So there's liability there. There's the damage he's causing to the home. There's liability there. If anyone gets into any sort of, you know, accident on the way home from alcohol, there's liability there. That all being said, you know, if people want to go have dinner with a man for $300, then, you know, it's your $300 and knock yourself out, I guess.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And I'm not blaming the people that sign up for it. What I'm frustrated with is the person who's doing the thing illegally. Like, I don't blame the people that are signing up for it. That's not the problem. I don't blame them. I don't like the person who's laying the false groundwork to make that person feel like they're actually eating in an establishment. Because the thing is, he advertises it as if it's a commercial experience.
Yeah. That's like going to a fine dining experience. There's one in the Sacramento area. Fine dining experience is like $200 per person, but it's like an actual chef with the credentials and like a 6-course meal, not in someone's Airbnb for $200 for some man to kind of throw some food together and give you a cup.
No,
of
for
food.
$250
Yeah.
a person, go eat at Little Inn of Alexandria or
Ooh,
Little Inn
great
of
food.
Washington. It's a 2-star Michelin. I've eaten there once. It was a fantastic experience. $200 a plate. You'll have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think what he's doing is like, if he did it correctly, I don't think it will be as much of a problem. But the fact that he's renting the Airbnb to get the higher profit rather than like a commercial rental place, you might get less money. But hey, in those bigger places, you can probably invite more people and actually have a commercial kitchen, and you're doing it the right way. Versus the way that he's doing it, he's not doing it the right way. And then when the event gets canceled, he's not refunding people their money. Allegedly.
See, that's the problem. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
If
No,
the event
you
gets
can't.
canceled, you have to give people their money back because they didn't get what they bargained for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
That
the
seems
other
pretty
thing is,
basic.
I actually wanted to borrow one of my very good Elvin friends' quotes. I ordered food, and this is a brick.
Yeah. I think there's a material difference between those two things. So.
Ian is distracted.
Substantial non-compliance.
Ian is probably currently deep diving this person or playing a video game. He's doing one of two
Or both.
things. Or both. He's doing both. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian is doing both. He's playing a video game and simultaneously doing a deep dive on what is happening here. Yes, and I'm being told, tell him about the cakes. Yes, he did. He shipped cakes. He shipped pound cakes out in regular USPS boxes without any coolant. He shipped them nationwide and said, I am shipping these cakes. That is not how you do things. That actually exposes you to federal liability because you are now using the mail system to perpetuate something that is a health hazard to the population.
Yeah. It might violate a postal regulation somewhere. Well, as many postal regulations as there are, probably does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I mean, somebody eats something like that and gets super sick. That is going to be that's going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm. But on that note, I want to remind the people of this. It is the most accurate depiction of how
But
ADHD
the conversation
works.
feels so linear to me.
This feels linear?
Yes. And we're back on the linear conversation.
Yes. I do
Commercial
like
break.
Rob has a stream deck now and just has various buttons for various things that are just out of context clips. This is now
All
Rob's
the
life.
buttons. All the buttons.
This
It's
is great.
So much fun.
This is fantastically great news.
Yeah. So that's the update on Darius Cooks. But I did want to get to some other fun topics too.
Darius, if
And-
you're out there, this is just a little friendly, free legal advice. Just do it the proper way. Save yourself the problem. Get the insurance. Get the commercial kitchen. You can do exactly what you want to do. You can invite more people, as Bree pointed out. You know, you can have a great experience. Just do it the legitimate way. It's not that much harder. Plenty of places I'm sure will be happy to rent out to you. If you're going to bring them $300 a head, I'm sure there's a lot of restaurants who will be thrilled to take your money. So, you know, go for that.
I would
do
rent
your
it
thing,
out,
bro. Do your thing.
I mean, it's not hard. $200 a year to get the permit for a
Yeah,
year.
there you go.
Yeah.
And then special use license. But on to the next topic. So now on the docket for the evening, we have the case of Erica Girardi and Tom Girardi. Now, these two
God, this one.
individuals,
Also known
They
as
are-
Erica Jane.
This is the stack case, correct?
this is not the stacked case. The stacked case was out of Salt Lake City. This is the case of the innocent victims who were represented by Tom Girardi versus Tom Girardi and Erica Girardi. Actually, Erica Jane, whatever she wants to call herself. It's expensive to be me. I lost all sympathy for this chick a long time ago, and I have problems.
Yeah.
You did what for
oh.
the chick?
No, I have opinions on this female,
Oh.
on this person. Female, male, I don't really care. I don't really oppose it. But when you go out there and say it's expensive to be me and you want to hang on to $15 million diamond earrings when your husband, attorney, we will get into that in 1 second.
I would
No,
also
you
like
know,
for it to be expensive.
Defrauded
to be
his
me. I think
clients.
$50 million.
Yeah, who were his clients, Kurt?
Victims of water poisoning, airline crash victims, major catastrophic injury.
Yep.
The Aaron Brockovich case, people who had cancer, those kinds of people. The crippled and broken. And he took them all for a ride and stole somewhere between $100 million and $500 million of his clients' money.
What a lovely individual.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a class fucking act.
Yeah. The only thing he's got going over for him versus Murdoch is there's no bodies that I know of.
Don't say that, because the thing is, they might appear. This is what happens on LawTube. When we say things too many times, they actually appear.
Yeah.
So we don't want to. We don't.
So I'm
wanna-
going
we
to
don't wanna
repeat
do
that I could definitely use, $12 million. That could
So you
appear
can say that.
anytime now.
Say it three times. There you go. You got it. I love
appear.
it. Yeah, I think that's a great way to go about it.
But this was the Wood Daddy stack case.
It might be.
That's what the chat's saying.
Yeah, I think it is the Wood Daddy stack case.
No,
oh,
it's
yes,
not.
it is.
It
That's
is-
right. I forgot about that. It is.
Isn't this the stack of V's case?
No, it's not the
What I
stack of
got
V's
for your
case.
birthday. Oh, that's right.
No.
Best birthday gifts.
No. No. Bad. I'm gonna bleep all of you. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Rob
you,
got
Ian.
trolled on Emily's channel.
I don't even think. No, it wasn't even Emily's channel. She did it on mine.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
I think it was on mine. I don't remember. It was on.
No, it was on
hers.
the
It was on hers. It was
stream.
on hers.
Yeah, on Emily's
on hers.
stream. Yeah.
It was. So there was an LA Times article that got released that is quite literally epic. This one right here. Los Angeles Times released an article: a judge's affair with Tom Girardi, a beachfront condo, and a $300,000 wire from his firm.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Tom Girardi also had tied in with the bar and the bar regulators.
Oh, it's
He has
so
some really
bad.
incestuous dealings there. He makes the entire California bar look bad.
They opened up an investigation into those connections. By the way, that has just happened. Trisha Bigelow, then presiding justice of a state appeals court in downtown Los Angeles, wanted a weekend place at the beach. She found an oceanfront condominium in a prime area of Santa Monica in 2015 and embarked on a luxurious makeover later described in a rental listing: custom kitchen cabinets, high-end appliances, a built-in wine fridge, a soaking tub, and furnishings in an elegant nautical theme.
On a judge's
Sounds
salary?
lovely. We're gonna
No,
get
on
to
a
that.
stealing money salary.
No, I actually don't blame the judge on this one. She actually, and I'll bring up another article. She does the quote right thing. And I say quote because take it for you. To pay the substantial price tag, she did not have to rely on her judicial salary alone. Tom Girardi, the powerful attorney with whom she was having an affair, wired her $300,000 in the week she closed on the Ocean Avenue property, according to financial records filed in a state court lawsuit.
Oof.
The wire did not come from Girardi's personal bank account, but from a trust account containing settlement money.
Oh,
from clients.
no.
And guys,
no.
for the chat, if you're not sort of familiar with this, because this really surprises people. The biggest thing is if you touch the trust money, you are probably not going to be a lawyer anymore.
Nope.
And there, as an example, this one is taught in law schools across Canada. So guy goes and pulls $100,000 out of the trust money of his account. He goes to the horse track. He wins. He puts that $100,000 back in the account the next day. That guy's not a lawyer anymore.
Yep.
Because that was not his money to screw around with. It was just not
Nope.
his money to touch. And even though it was just gone for a day and put back 100%, that's it. That's enough to, you just don't. I've also told this story on a video on my channel. At one point, I had a bank error in my favor. You know, the old Monopoly card that everyone, you're always happy to get that. I got an extra $400 because they cashed a check twice. And when I called the bank to clear this up, they were like, "Oh, we made a mistake. You keep it. and I had to argue with the bank. You guys cannot give me extra money. I will get into so much shit. You are taking that money out of the trust account, and you are sending me a letter confirming that that was your screw up. It is,
Hey,
you know,
Kurt, do me a favor. Hold your phone a little further away from you.
I'm getting some crackling issues. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crackling a bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ian. I just wanted to make sure that I was getting that one.
oh yeah, no worries. It's just people don't really get how much of a big deal this can be. It is huge, like just insane. So,
well, and the next sentence kind of tells you why. At the time of the transfer to Bigelow, by the way, a judge named Bigelow. I mean, really, what is it with the names in the court cases these days? you have J. Elwanger. You have Bigelow. Like, can we get like a Smith? I mean, I don't know. At the time,
diversity.
We're just going to go crazy with it. At the time of the transfer to Bigelow, the account held funds owed to cancer victims and other residents of a polluted Inland Empire community who had sued cement manufacturers in Riverside Superior Court in 2008, according to the state court records. So that's the money, cancer victims, that went to buy this house.
I forget. Are cancer victims sympathetic or no?
I don't remember.
Sympathetic.
I think that they're sympathetic, and they
is that
never
the kind
got
of thing
a dime.
that really pisses a jury off, or not so much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one didn't really go over too well, and I did have the chat asking for a question about this one because it did get revealed. So the judge had a salary of $212,000, so she was making some money. She was making money. And I say some money.
Nice.
Look, that's a lot of money. It is, I know, but you become a judge after you're a practicing attorney. They do pay them pretty well. Not great. They pay them pretty well. I imagine the lawyers that she's hearing cases from get paid far more than that.
I wouldn't mind making that money.
I wouldn't either, especially because, I feel like I'd put it to a good purpose. But people were asking in the chat, is this the person that Erica Jane doxed? And yes, this is a tweet. And this is why I have some of the opinions I do about Erica Girardi. Erica Girardi didn't want to give anything back to the estate. She thought it was all hers. She really thinks it's all hers. Everything is all hers. So she posts this Instagram. The pretty mess, that is Erica Girardi. And I'm being told I need to, Cindy, I'm sorry. Yes, Erica is Beverly Hills. The stack is Orange County. I'm sorry. I don't know this. Like, Emily is watching her kids play sports. I can't remember this. And it's not, so this wouldn't really be doxing. This is basically just doing something remarkably inappropriate. So she says, this is Justice Trisha A. Bigelow. She was effing my husband, Tom Girardi, and he was paying her sax bill and paying her plastic surgery. That's funny, Erica, because he was also paying your Amex bill directly out of the trust account and giving you items and gifts like earrings. So
and your glam squad. But that's her husband. So she has the right for him to pay for things for her.
Yeah.
Not the side.
Yes, but no. I mean, assuming that it's not with stolen money.
Assuming it's not with stolen money, but you don't want the side chick taking some of your money.
I mean, going all out on and taking these like taking these private well, it's the private messages. It's the private messages. Like it's these are messages exchanged between these two. Like you want to go after this chick. You know what? Do it. Don't take your platform when you're sitting out here saying it's expensive to be me. I'm not going to forget that song. It's like the one I can't. And then go and put this one on blast. No, because the funny thing is she gives all of that property back, every single dime.
That's impressive. A lot of people can't in that circumstance. This is where a lot of people get screwed, is because they, I've seen cases like somebody has a gambling addiction and they're stealing from their company to pay for it. And the company just reaches out and is like, hey, if you can put all the money back, we will not, go after you. And I mean, how is that going to be possible, right? It's just, So they don't, and then they end up getting, it goes to the police.
Yeah.
Don't ever
So-
get gambling addiction, people. That is really crack addicts live better often than gambling addicts.
Yeah. The Chapter 7 trustee gets a judgment that says Erica Girardi has to turn over the earrings so they can be auctioned. And that happened in July. And Erica Girardi appeals it to the district court so that the district court can make a ruling on this one. But Bree, if you wouldn't mind walking the chat through the first 3 paragraphs of the issues that she wants to raise on appeal, I think they would be most intrigued.
Okay, I can do that. It was tiny, but now it's big. I can see it now. Okay. So, number 1, did the bankruptcy court err in concluding that regarding a transaction engaged by a bankruptcy debtor 15 years ago in 2007, a subsequent bankruptcy trustee does not stand in the shoes of the debtor as a matter of law, such that the debtor's knowledge of the transaction is not imputed to the trustee for purposes of accrual of statutes of limitations, and B, as a result, the bankruptcy trustee claims brought in 2021 against a non-debtor third party, the bankruptcy debtor I was having so hard of a time seeing this on my own channel. Estranged wife are not barred by the applicable statute of limitations. Number 2, second issue, did the bankruptcy court err in concluding that regarding a transaction engaged by a bankruptcy debtor 15 years ago in 2007, the bankruptcy trustee's claim brought in 2001 against a non-debtor third party, the Erica Girardi basically, are not barred by the 7-year statute of repose codified in California Civil Code section 3439, all of that. And number 3, third issue, did the bankruptcy court err in concluding that the bankruptcy trustee had standing to seek to recover the property at issue, given that the underlying funds taken by the debtor was held by the debtor in trust for a third party, and that therefore the trustee for the estate has not suffered an injury in fact, as opposed to a claim brought by the true alleged victims, the third parties who funds the debtor was holding in trust.
Okay. Thank you, Bree. Now let's translate paragraph 1. So, subsequent trustee does not stand in the shoes of the debtor as a matter of law. Bankruptcy Law 101. When you file bankruptcy, a trustee is appointed. The trustee is said to stand in your shoes. They own possession of everything that you own for purposes of determining whether there are any assets to distribute to creditors. They can liquidate, sell, auction, any right that you have in that moment. If you could have sued somebody, you can no longer sue them. The bankruptcy trustee can. If you had $1 million in a bank account, you don't have that. The bankruptcy trustee does. They step in your shoes. This case, they're trying to make the argument that because Tom Girardi was in bankruptcy personally, and then the law firm goes in bankruptcy subsequently, that the transfer from trustee to trustee means that you're not saying that Tom Girardi knew what he was doing. So when I say that the trustee steps in the shoes of the debtor, imagine the trustee quite literally doing just that. The trustee is in that moment Tom Girardi. If I know, as the trustee, as Tom Girardi, if I know that what I'm doing is wrong, then, and if I have engaged in behavior to hide that wrongdoing, then the statute of limitations doesn't start running until someone can discover what I have done. Mm-hmm. It's the fraudulent thing, right? If I breach a contract, statute of limitations starts running from the day I breach. But if I commit a fraud that hides the breach, the statute doesn't start running until you discover the fraud. That's the argument that she's trying to make. She's saying Tom Girardi, even if he knew what he was doing was wrong by taking money from clients that were cancer survivors and buying earrings and giving them to Erica, that Tom Girardi, by knowing that knowledge should not pass to the second trustee. So, sorry, earrings are mine. That's what it is. That's what she's saying. Earrings are mine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's just kind of a jerk move.
Yeah, I was going to use a different word, but.
Oh, Bree, can I hear you say it? Can you say it out loud? You never curse.
Well, it's not. I mean, I don't know if it's a cuss word, but I'm just like, Erica, you're just being a dick at this point. Like, come on. Is that a cuss word?
No, but it's something I never heard you say. I need to hear it again. Erica's being a dick.
Erica is being a dick.
Yes.
It's expensive to you, but you should have some money of your own. Give the earrings back.
Give the earrings back, you dick.
Yeah.
I love this. So Erica Girardi files this appeal, and these are the issues that she wants argued. She wants these earrings back. She doesn't want them auctioned off. She's saying, please, I want to keep the earrings. They're fantastic. I love them. That's what she's doing at the moment. And then she's also doing this other thing because I found this other cool part. Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Because the trustee is going and liquidating all the other stuff. So here's a bid auction. So this is being liquidated right now. It was liquidated. Basically, the trustee is going through the law offices and liquidating the entire office.
Printers are expensive.
They are. They're very pricey. But when you see some of the stuff, I mean,
business printers, yeah.
But this is a law office, mind you. Read the descriptions. So we'll get past that. So here's the art and collectibles. Read the descriptions.
Vintage typewriter. I mean, this is all decorations, but like early 1900s gold flake china set.
There's a signed sports memorabilia.
Why does he have tea parties in his office?
Well,
I
he's
don't
not
know.
following rules, so maybe he's just looking at this stuff all the time.
Yeah. So then there's the normal furniture stuff. Okay, cool. Then there's computers. There's that expensive stuff. But the law office had a fucking wine and champagne collection.
Must show ID.
Ooh, and some of those are not.
No,
those are not cheap.
these
bottles.
are good bottles of wine. I'm drinking crap Pinot Noir, and this guy in his office has.
It looks like those bottles. Probably one of them is my entire liquor cabinet.
This bottle of Veuve right here is probably that right there. Ian, what do you drive?
Let's not get into that. I don't drive nice cars.
Okay. That's what I know what you drive.
I
I know
Civic.
because you are a humble and a lovely individual.
Yeah,
This
2009
is more expensive than any of the tools in my shop. It is more expensive than a vehicle. It's probably half the cost of my vehicle. Then he's got these Magnums, 100 acre, the Dom Perignon Creator Edition, 2004. And then this was also owned by the office, the 2011 Cadillac DTS. Oh.
Who is his tax person? Because I cannot figure out how to write stuff off, but he's writing it off.
I don't think he really figured out how to do it. I mean, Bree, he was cashing checks for this stuff out of the trust account.
Yeah. He's doing things his own way.
Don't give him that much credit. So, but anyways, Judge Bigelow or Justice Bigelow, she gave everything back. She gave all the gifts back. They are now part of the bankruptcy estate. The trustee can go and liquidate them to pay back all these victims. So, at least not a happy end, but like a quasi happy end.
It's not going to
You
pay
got to
back
be really
$100
careful
million.
when you term, like happy ending on this story, man.
I don't think there's a happy ending. It honestly,
I suspect there were several happy endings, but not in the way.
No, and the thing that pissed me off about this particular case in general was this particular case was one where the more that I read what Erica was writing, the more I kept thinking about these are family members with kids that they probably not their kids that they are now raising without their parents because their parents died in like an airline crash. And that settlement was supposed to go to those kids' education, those kids' health, those kids' doctor's bills. And now they are sitting there taking an equal divide of whatever's left. So I'm sorry, Erica Jane, if you go broke. I I don't really give two shits.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
care,
expensive.
but not in the direction she likes.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Ian has opinions, and they are not in your favor, Erica Jane. Let me do this. I've got to start catching up on super chats, so let's go through some of these. And I want to get two of them that are rather large and outstanding. I don't know how to order them. I can't order them. I have to find them. So I saw those come in, and I'm sorry. The distractions that exist when I'm trying to do a live stream. You have to admit, I'm more organized today than I have been in the past.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Thank you. Positive vibes only. Roberts Mel, aka say Agatha Dorn. Thank you for covering this. Mel, thank you. I had a late night phone call with Mel, like 11:30 last night, where she was giving the updates on this. And my super secret spies, I thank you as well for sending me all those that information. I did not have to leave the comfort of my own home in order to cover something that was rather important that I thought needed to be covered. But thank you, Mel, for tuning in. I hope that I can give more light to the story, because I really I don't like it. I don't like the story at all.
I hope the ending of this involves, lots of people eating a lot of craft dinner.
Yeah.
Do you
Mel,
guys have
again,
craft dinner in the States?
I don't think so. But Mel, again, Mel, thank you, my dear. You do not have to do that. I very much appreciate it. You know you don't have to do that. You can text me these things and call me too. But that's just it. Grifters have no interest in doing things the correct way. Darius Cooks is bad news, speaking from the direct experience. Mel, aka Agatha Dorn, thank you again, everyone. You guys go check her out on Twitter. She does Twitter Spaces. I know that there are a lot of victims of this guy. She is a great support resource. And honestly, I talk to her because she's not about going back and trying to hit these people back. She's about getting the information out there to allow people to make informed decisions for themselves. My concern is for everyone that's standing in the way of this freight train, the homeowners, the people that are buying tickets, the people that are in the way. I want them to get out of the way of this freight train that's going towards a brick wall. So, thank you, Mel. Barney Cat, Rob, you're a lacrosse player. By the way, I sang the fellowship with DOJ and football results. Oh, congratulations on the fellowship with the Department of Justice until the results come back. Hopefully you passed. I'm sure you did.
Nice.
We'll be commuting to DC. I'm excited. We'll be doing privacy law for them. Interesting. I don't know what that entails, but good job.
And fellowship with the DOJ is not the same thing as like the Fellowship of the Ring.
No, slightly less cool. Slightly.
Is it, or is it more cool?
I don't know, because that you get the access to the job, so that's kind of neat. Lisa Bandera, love LawTube Friday Night Frenzy. Good luck with your DV trial, Bree.
Thank
Bree,
you.
did you see the love? People are giving you all types of love for that trial coming up.
Thank you. I need it.
Yep.
And to Bo Johan in the chat, let's just say you're going to want to see that one. Tomorrow, you're going to want to be there for Lawyers and Dragons.
We'll get there in a second.
Epic.
We'll get there in a second. I
don't know what all we can say, but other than watch this one, you're going to want to watch it.
I was told I could make a comment. I was told I could make one comment. But yeah, Samantha Sinus, Wood Daddy Pound Cake. That is, you know what? Sure, that's all you. Thank you for the unicorn. Brain Nichols coming in a bit late. Rob, thank you for the honesty and integrity. I enjoy the zaniness, silliness, and listen intently when you are serious. Thank you. And I actually like all three of the people that are on this channel right now. If you have not subscribed to them, please do, because they are the perfect amount of zany, silly, but also serious when they need to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, hey, there is a video out on this one. Or there is a Twitter thing out on this one. So
I told you there was.
And it's been announced.
It has. Put the link in the private so I can pull it up, please.
All right, I will do that, because I don't know if the link is in here. There's the tweet, but there's not a link to the video in the tweet. Why is there no link to the video in the tweet?
I don't know. Y'all, David. Emily Lawson, congrats, Bree. Great seeing you here again. Bree is one of those people like Runkle, who is always, always, always welcome on my channel. Sometimes I forget to send links out, and that's my fault. That is not hers. And she's on West Coast, and I'm on East Coast, but I love Bree. Yeah, Bree was one of the people that actually, people who don't remember when I started this channel, Bree is one of the people that told me to start the channel. So I will always pump up this boss attorney, Bree.
Thank you.
Smith Science, can we get a Gimlet or Runkle emoji? Ooh, we should. Chat, drop some comments about what you think that Runkle emoji should look like. I am really, you guys watch that because I'm really curious what that's going to show. 9-inch Nail Gal, can you all say these? Rob, can you do both your regular accent and Old Virginia? Regular accent, vehicle, Nissan, Nikon, Melbourne. Well, the thing is, Hobart, caramel, pecan, and crayon. And then the Virginia accent would be vehicle, Nissan, Nikon, Melbourne, Hobart, caramel, pecan, and crayon. I don't know. Bree, would you mind enlightening the chat how you would pronounce those words?
Vehicle, Nissan, Nikon, Melbourne, Hobart, caramel, pecan, crayon.
Ian, give me some Canadian.
Vehicle, Nissan, Nikon, Melbourne, Hobart, caramel, pecan, crayon.
That was so not exciting. I thought you were going to say something crazy. Elaine Weldon. Hi, Bree. Congrats on trial. Rob, you're very gracious and supportive YouTube colleagues. I love all of my friends. As I'm writing Runkle of Integrity Joined, great group cheers. XX. Thank you very much, Elaine. Mayra, don't know if you've discussed it, but as a family lawyer, Rob and Bree, what are your thoughts on the Cash for Kids trial in PA? Bree, have you seen any of that?
I have not seen that. Sounds scary.
I have not seen it, but I know a bit about the story.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, that's somebody who deserves to be on Nutriloaf for the rest of his life. And if you don't know what Nutriloaf is, Google that and you'll see some wonderful pictures. It is technically food served in the prison.
You mean it's not brick?
It is pretty close to brick. It's basically all of the things you need to sustain you blended together and baked into a homogeneous mass.
Mm-hmm.
There have been instances like there's one instance of a prison official who came on a show to defend Nutriloaf and say that it was not not a problem. And they were like, great news, because we brought some. And the guy just was like, no, I'm not touching that, because it is some of the worst thing that you can,
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the punchline is the allegations, if proven to be true, is that a sitting judge adjudicating juvenile offenders was given kickbacks for increasing the sentences of these offenders so they would spend more time in the jails so the jails would get more money. Mm-hmm. That is that's the headline version of that allegation. As that comes to trial, if it goes to trial, you better believe I'm going to want to watch some of that.
That's just going to make me so angry.
Mad. Yeah.
Like, I just cannot express how angry that's going to make me, because like I deal with young offenders, right? So a lot of young offenders are just like, somebody gets in trouble because they end up, they make an older friend, and the older friend is like, hey, why don't you hold on to my drugs?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm going to be sitting here dealing at the street corner, but I want you to hold on to this bag for me. And when I whistle, you come over and bring me the bag, and this kid is just like, some kid whose parents are probably not around much and, are not great parents. And, usually that's not always the case. And, now they've got a little bit of money because this guy's chipping them some cash every once in a while, but they're not doing a whole lot. And somebody, one of these kids doing a lengthy period of custody people are like, oh, they're going to learn their lesson. They don't learn their lesson. What they end up is behind in school. If you end up doing 6 months in custody as a kid, you've lost that entire year. And so now you're behind. You have no connections to any of your pro-social colleagues anymore, because all of your friends who are not involved in this sort of thing are now a year ahead of you, and they don't really want to hang out with you anymore. And so, you destroy that, and now they make all these contacts who are people who do want to hang out with them, who are people who they met in jail. So this is basically a system for taking, young offenders who are screwing up and guaranteeing that they end up on this criminal path long term. It becomes really hard to get people out of that. This makes me so mad.
Well, and I do want to clarify something, because I was wrong about that one. Well, not wrong about it. They had basically been convicted previously in 2008, but on Tuesday the civil suit came back with a judgment for $200 million. And I mean, I don't know if I could peg a dollar figure high enough, but if you guys want me to pull that judgment at some point in time in the next week or two, I'm happy to read through it and review that case, because if it's raking these guys over the coals, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, you get people who go in and, they go in on some petty something or other, into custody, and they come out knowing how to steal a car. They come out, having connections with people who want to get them into dealing drugs. They come out, all of this stuff. And in Canada, there are provisions to sort of close off people's records when they turn 18, although there's a big asterisk on that. It's also a lot harder for an employer to check your record than it is in the States. But I mean, it's really hard for people to, these kids end up in this situation where they're like, well, we've closed off regular employment for you. Good luck. Please don't do crimes, but it's also the only thing you can do. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a pretty case. And this is the problem with super chats. You get the heavy, then you get the funny. But I try to jump back and forth as best I can. Miss Sergeant, Hoag's unicorn is bigger. I don't know. Hoag is smaller. Like I'm taller than Hoag. I think that my unicorn, I don't know. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna make him do that tomorrow. Like when we're on Warriors and Dragons.
I think Hoag's unicorn is his daughter's, though, isn't it?
It is. So that's that.
Nice.
Thank you, Bree. That's my attorney. That is my attorney right there. She just proved it. That's not Hoag's unicorn.
I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't have a unicorn at this point.
I don't either. Oh, I do. Mine is tiny. It's in the room. I actually do.
Where is it?
It's in our bedroom.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be on the shelf.
That was the first thing that Alpha bought me. It was a Valentine's gift.
I got a card from Crazy Cat Queen today.
My unicorn.
That's your unicorn. Yes, your unicorn is a weapon of deathly destruction. I got a card from Crazy Cat Queen today that said be a unicorn in a pack of horses or something like that. It was awesome. It was really cool. But Truffle Hound, thank you for the super chat. To be clear, I did not bring up the pink shirt Godfather bet. Rob made that comment all his own. I did. Oh, no disparaging comments made about pink. Pink is cool. Pink is awesome. I have several pink garments. They are golf polos and t-shirts. Yes. M169, nothing wrong with unicorns. In my younger days, my room was covered in them. Stuffed animals, posters, porcelain unicorns, the myth that dares to be called a reality. Thank you. Ziggy Sawdust. And I have a little video that I'm going to show like next week where Ziggy is it's late enough. Is it late enough? It's 10:10. Yeah, it's late enough. Zigadiah Sawdust is the judge, the presiding judge over the jury of Rob's Friday Night Frenzy. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Miss Opinion, does anyone know about the criminal case against McAfee? Netflix has a new documentary, but I want the whole story. I don't know that story. I probably will take a look at it. I know Viva Fry is looking at it as well. Lisa Bandera, my son named his giant stuffed tiger Happy. I think a better name does not exist. Therefore, I vote your name for unicorn is Happy. Not a bad name. Happy the giant unicorn. That's from Quebec. LOL Runkle. That was awesome. Can't wait for tomorrow morning to hear the voice device in D&D. You can play with it.
D&D mostly use I just make a voice. I don't have much reason to turn on
random voice, because Gimlet's got a particular sound, and it's not well, I've
got Chipmunk here, so it's not this. So yeah. I should turn that.
I want the chat to know that I have abstained for the most part from the voice modification today. I have behaved myself. Oh no, a group of unicorns is called a blessing. Yes, it is. I have a blessing of unicorns behind me. Yes. Thank you very much. Ryan32 sounds like reckless disregard for the truth against a non-public figure. That's exactly what it sounds like. Alec Baldwin is in a shitload of hurt. Tammy Baines, 25-year paralegal. Lost access to vocabulary due to COVID. I am very sorry for that. LawTube and JD Trial have helped me relearn access legal terms. Thank you all. Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you. Well wishes and good speed on a fast recovery. Learn all the legal terms again, and we'll teach you all new ones. I have now learned that I can now call a motion to yeet. I have not yet done the motion to yeet, the yeeted, but there will probably be a motion to yeet at some point in time.
In court?
Also, before you call your unicorn Happy, you need to watch the show Happy to determine if you really want to go with that reference.
Oh, Ronco, you're going to break my soul.
I am, because it's a good show, but it's also maybe not what you want to go with as a reference, because it's an epic show. You should watch it. It's really good. There is in season 2, which is less good than season 1, but there is a very long epic fight scene that takes place in an old folks home. So you should totally watch this.
Oh, Runkle, I love you, buddy. I really do.
You should totally watch this.
I will not. If it's gonna make me not name the unicorn Happy, I probably will. I don't know.
The thing is, you don't want to name the unicorn and then find out.
That's true. That's a good point. Laura, thank you for the super sticker. Very much appreciated. Catherine of Aragon. Good morning from Australia. Bit late to the party. Love your breakdown, Rob, with Eric Hunley on Mace Manson yesterday. Great stuff. Best wishes to all. If we are still on track, I think I might get to that again. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. New Zealand Butterfly Girl. Why hasn't Alec Baldwin's lawyer attached a shot collar to him yet? Because she can't get to his testicles.
He just chews them off.
I don't. Bree, did you watch any of Hunley's video earlier today?
No, I missed it.
Oh, look at Law Nerd clips. Like it's fantastic. It's like, why does he keep talking? Why? And then I was like, I would pay money to do a deposition of that man. Like, you know what? Whoever's legal team is out there, I will pay you your hourly rate to depose him.
You know what? I will pay just be in the room. Like, I'll just be like, I'm holding this guy's briefcase. That's why I'm here. And just so that I could watch this thing go down.
Yeah.
One of the comments was long time.
Well, it wasn't just that. Like, I would just love to sit there and sit across the table from him and say, Mr. Baldwin, I hate to ask this question, but you don't happen to have a firearm on you, whether it's loaded with blanks or not, right? Like, just checking. I know that these things get faulty, but would you mind just emptying your pockets and making sure that you don't have a firearm on you? Oh, and by the way, how's the coffee? And then he would probably at that point in time have jumped across the table and strangled me.
And dox you on the internet.
Good. Oh man, Alec Baldwin, man, that's another $25 million lawsuit. What a
What a dick. That's
dick.
what a dick. That's the phrase from the evening. If there's a phrase to be gathered from the evening, it's what a dick. And the thing is, how many people we've hit? Alec Baldwin, what a dick. Darius Coates, what a dick. Erica Girardi, what a dick. I wish there was like an awesome, super badass lawyer that we could cover.
Well,
it's you.
We can cover Rob from Long Lumber.
No, I have a judge that we can cover in a minute, but we'll get to that's the next story I've pulled up. It's like a 2-second story. I just want to get through like 2 of these. Shot collar would be attached. I said that Alita said that why hasn't someone attached a shot collar to his foot? And Joe chimed in and said, I don't think it would be attached to his foot. Yeah. MS Sergeant. I know, Bree, we're not going to break your innocence tonight. Trust me, we're going to be good. Limits. I got your time limits right here. I have no limits. Die Hard. Hail to the Redskins. That's how I read that. HTTR is hail to the Redskins. If I am wrong, I am sorry. If I am right, I see the Sean Taylor avatar. Yep, hail to the Redskins. Jury summons next week. Actually hoping to sit for a trial and apply things I've learned from watching all these awesome lawyers. Actually, you know what? Watch some stuff, but don't really listen to the lawyers. Just go in there and actually listen to the facts. Try not to be the lawyer in the room. Really just listen to what the judge tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Do those things.
Exactly. And that's the biggest criticism that we always have. And that's why lawyers never end up on jury panels, because we don't listen to the judge's instructions. We try to apply our own knowledge. Listen to what the judge says.
Where I am, I'm actually banned from being on a jury.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lawyer. No, seriously. It's
I thought you mean you did something wrong.
No. That would be entertaining. No, just all lawyers. Like once you're called to the bar, you are not allowed to be a lawyer or to be a juror. Like I've gotten juror summons and I just walk up and they're like, "Oh yes, we'll just take that. We'll solve this."
No. Apparently, there's a lot of votes for Happy Wood Chip. I feel like Runkle's going to break my soul when I say happy and there's a wood chip in there. I don't want to hear it, Runkle. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I don't think that's a good name.
Yeah, it might be.
They're going to shorten it. They're going to take the chip off of that.
Bree, they would not have done that unless you suggested it to them.
They totally would have. I'm sorry, man. They don't put that evil on Bree, even though that's kind of where it came from. Because she absolutely, she's calling it as it is.
I see it coming.
People be calling them Woody, and then you would get mail of unicorns with maybe novelty horns.
For anyone that thinks that I do this intentionally, I promise you I do not. I just actually walk into these things like so stupidly. Nicholas Starrow, Unionist Labor Law. Mr. Baldwin needs Jim Carrey from Liar Liar to stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law, man. Yes. Oh, that scene. Bree, you've seen Liar Liar, right?
I believe so. I'm not too familiar with it, but I believe that I have seen. I might be lying.
The pen is blue.
I haven't seen Liar Liar.
Blue. Oh my gosh, I'm Neanderthals in this chat.
I might be confusing it with something else.
I have had a similar conversation with clients before.
That's true.
You know,
stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law, asshole.
Well, I had a guy who's like, how come they keep finding me the instant I do something, they catch me. And I'm like, you are under surveillance, dude. Like straight up. You are on their radar. You are, they've got a guy following you. That's how the instant you're getting breached on your no cell phone condition. He's like, what do you mean they're following me? I'm like, they are following you. They have an officer who watches every single thing you do. It's like, You mean I can't do any crimes? I'm like,
Mm,
oh.
mm. Can and should are different words.
But should you really be doing crimes to begin with?
No, you are not in handcuffs. You can do a lot of things when you're not in handcuffs. Should you is a different question. Do you like brick salad? Maybe you
Rob,
shouldn't do the
really
crime.
want to open the chat up to handcuff discussion and the things that can be done in handcuffs?
Ian. Oh, I'm gonna mute the hell out of you.
Hey, you went there.
I did not. I literally was talking about an incarcerated felon.
And they do things in handcuffs too.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's Sarah. Remember when Baldwin threatened his daughter with a voicemail and called on rude, thoughtless little pig amount? Yes, he's a fucking prick. Libas Chetwood. If he's not getting paid, he doesn't want a camera. Oh, that's Darius. Yes, Rob, we need that reporter here. We do. That was a great reporter. I loved it. You love to be on camera all the time. Why don't you want to talk to me right now?
Oh,
I don't understand. It was freaking great. Oh gosh, kudos to that guy for having the balls to do that, because that's awesome. Nowadays you show up at a house in the DC area. I tell you what, a reporter is not showing up to a house that way, because in the DC area sometimes people have the little bang bang thing that goes boom boom.
I have those. I'm not going to get one on the stream.
Yeah. Vez from Quebec. When's your super supper, guys? I don't know. I think that we have to do. I had Kurt here a while ago. It was great. I've had Runkle here. Bree and Mr. Bree need to be out here at some point in time, or I will visit them, whether they like it or not. I'll just show up on doorstep.
Yeah, you might get to the barbecue. We're thinking about making our wedding a little bit bigger. So if we do, I'll let you guys know.
And if there's barbecue, ooh.
Well, not barbecue necessarily.
No, it's the barbecue. It's a colloquialism. Well, I'll teach you.
Okay. I don't know.
It's the barbecue, to which a lot.
We don't have that idiom up in the land of snow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Darius Crooks is so nauseating. I find his food to be distasteful. He fries crab legs with flour. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Flour.
Like crab legs in the shell with flour?
Yes.
How does that make any?
Doesn't.
Well,
that's a disservice to food.
I've had not necessarily fried with flour, but I've had like fried crab legs, but it was like the blue shell crab, so it's very
different.
soft.
Yeah, you actually have to fry those.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the thing. Yeah,
He's
exactly.
doing the hard shell.
Truffle Hunt Rob, finding Darius Crooks is a bad idea. Yeah, that's why I stayed here. I'm smarter than your average bear, not by much, but kind of.
I was trying to encourage him to do the dumb thing, but
yeah, Ian always. I am Ian's pragmatic voice. He is not my pragmatic voice. That's not how that works. The relationship works with me telling Ian not to do the dumb thing and Ian telling me to do the dumb thing. Aviation fanatic unicorn needs a name. You guys have been trying. I don't know if I trust you. Angel Rayburn, I'm all about a field trip. Wood Daddy field trip. I gave you guys a field trip. You guys got the drive-by. So I hope you enjoys that one. Please use your accent. If you go call out that jerk, I will do just fine anytime. It's probably going to make a reappearance. I've had some wine. So no drunk talk with Mike. No drunk talk with sober Bree and sober Runkle.
I actually had some tequila. I just don't have any more juice or mixer to mix it with.
You don't.
I've got whiskey.
Straight
tequila is a bit rough, I gotta say.
Have you watched what Ian has been putting in his whiskey recently? Like he's been putting Carolina Reapers in there.
Not into the whiskey. I put that into a michelada.
Yeah, dangerous.
And I will tell you that will mess you up.
Yet you still do the thing. I know. It's okay.
I mean, you pretty much have to, right? That's how you live life.
Nope, that's actually not. You don't have to do the things that you don't want to have to do. You choose to.
Food should be able to fight back.
What? Food is gonna fight back.
Can someone clip that, please? Like, I'm not gonna do it, but could someone clip that? Like, food should be able to fight back, because he said it with all of the empathy and sympathy that I could imagine being mustered. He looked down and gave the compassionate look into his palms. He was like, "Food should be able to fight back."
I feel like there's
You
a movie
guys.
or a show where food was fighting back.
Oh, I feel like there's several shows.
It's that the Wing Challenge on that one channel.
Oh, Hot Ones, great show.
Well, people keep telling me you have to go on that. I'm like, do you see the people he has on that? It's like Gordon Ramsay and whatever else. I'm like, I am not gonna make it on that show.
Mhm.
I am nowhere near famous enough to be anywhere near that. So
Yeah. Katri, I ordered a unicorn light fixture today. Tagged you in IG picture of it. Love it. Would have never crossed my mind without you, and now you have to have it. Oh my gosh, there's more unicorns on the way. Meryl B, thank you for that super sticker. Very much appreciated. Tish in Tennessee. I just wouldn't take the risk with a B&B unless I had management company and a lot of insurance. It's just not worth it. Yes, all the yes. Exactly what we've been saying from the very beginning. Don't do it. It's just stupid. Christine Hill, cheers right back. Normie, they would have. Say it again.
there's a chat I got to address here. It's just an ordinary chat. It's Prima Air asking, have I done the one chip challenge? And I have, and I terrified people because people were eating these things and dying. And I just munched through it. I was like, you got any more of these? And that's when I discovered that the one chip challenge was like $12 for a chip. I was like, oh, because they were actually really tasty. The one chip challenge they could just sell as a bag.
Yep. And Ian, this is the movie about the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's what it was. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Also a song. It was very funny. They would have taken an Uber or Lyft if they had any brain cells. I don't know about that, but I would have. Yay, a new Runkleism. I think you've gotten like 6 tonight. Love those Runkle, aka Canadian jokes. I think you've gotten like 12 of those tonight. Tish in Tennessee, careful, he might try to bait you. I don't really fall for those kind of traps, except for when the chat tells me to read something. So if he drops a chat and says, read it, I probably will fall for that. New Zealand Butterfly Girl. At this point, how do we even know he's actually doing the cooking and not someone else? Everything else he does is a scam. Why not that as well? I think you should follow Agate Adorned. She's got a ton of info on that. Check her out on Twitter. She's been giving a lot of details on that stuff. We Are Warrior. The house can be easily looked up on the app, and the owner messaged and notified of the circumstances immediately. I'm not encouraging that. What I'm saying is if the owner happens to see this video, they should contact an attorney and find out their rights and responsibilities. Do not go and dox or contact people without their invitation. Just don't do it. It's kind of a dick thing to do. I don't want to get phone calls from random people. Maybe don't. I think that there's enough eyes covering this story, period. The Sarah, I've several chef friends who do private meals hosted by the homeowner, and the host pays. Getting money from their guests is on them. That's the legal way. That is correct. You are the host. You take the responsibility. You pay the chef. They cook. The responsibility is on you in that moment. You can actually get insurance for those events. You probably should.
Yeah.
So just an observation. If you want to be smart about these things, you should probably do it that way. I just saying, don't open yourself up to liability you don't have to incur. Baby Gator, effing Darius. Yeah, fucking Darius. Tammy Baines got married 2 weeks ago. Congratulations at my home farm. Got a permit, and the $1 million policy was $325. Completely worth it. Absolutely. Thank you. Everyone take Tammy
farm.
Exactly. Everyone congratulate Tammy Baines on her nuptials. Congratulations, my dear.
Congratulations.
Got a permit and doing it smart. Way to go. I love it. Lethal 5-string. Holy shit. I love Fridays. The snark. Love it when you all are together. P.S. Rob, check Twitter DMs when you get a chance. Might be helpful in the future. I will check them. I do often when I get off these streams because you guys send, like, my phone hasn't stopped buzzing since I've been sitting here. It's impossible to look at it. Donnie Joe Mo, words have power. Use of power has consequences. I like that. That's very true. That's from Quebec. Was considering renting my house on Airbnb when traveling with the RV for a length of time. I'm seriously reconsidering. Thanks, guys. It is a personal choice. I'm not about shutting anyone down from grifting and making a little bit of money. I have no problems with that. Just make sure you make it on an informed basis. Know your exposure. Talk to a lawyer. We're not hard to find. Like, I mean, Bree is in California. Bree's everywhere. Yeah, Bree's everywhere.
I'm not everywhere, but there's lawyers everywhere.
There's lawyers everywhere. Bree's everywhere too. Contact Bree if you're in California and you're within her jurisdiction. Contact her.
Yes.
Nick Listero, unionist labor law, been vocal against extremism for 30 years. Once I tweeted the size of my farm and my tools, including a scythe in my tractor, the bodily harm threats went down quick. Well, that's implying that certain harm might befall you if you come to your house. I would feel the same way about going to Runkle's house. I wouldn't show up there unannounced, ever. That's just a dangerous way to go about life. And I want to live my life. Eileen, you don't have to speak out to get death and rape. Ooh, I said the R word. RAPE. Yeah, those threats. I get them for being a woman on the internet. Doxing brings the fear to real life. It is not cool. This little screen that people can hide behind and say all kinds of things without any recompense or without any recourse is pretty freaking terrible.
Yeah.
Jillian's Maniotto, just an FYI. I have actual written proof of his Richmond event being booked fraudulently under another name. He's putting attendees at risk. He doesn't comply with health regulations and ABC licensing.
Wow.
Jillian, you have a Virginia State Bar thing behind your avatar. I don't know if that's... If you work for the bar, I'm now concerned that you're following me. Not for anything that I do. Oh my.
They're watching you, Rob.
Jillian, this is a personal channel. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not giving legal advice. Clamato and beer.
In a cup labeled probably water, maybe vodka. That's a good solid chunk of a Carolina Reaper.
What is the Carolina Reaper?
It is a pepper that does not screw around.
Oh, a pepper.
No.
You want your drink to be spicy?
I absolutely do, yes.
Bree, you and I can debate his mental health on a different channel.
Okay.
Oh, come on. My mental health is not debatable.
No.
It's also possibly not detectable, but
Rob is so red.
All right. I'm behaving. All right. Sorry, Jillian. Jillian, I'm sorry you had to hear all of that. There's a bar logo behind your avatar. I'm concerned. It's almost 10:30. Okay, musings of apathy. If paying $2.89 per plate for me and a date to eat, I'm aiming for internet points from brag photos, certainly. Yeah, take those pictures. Just yeah. Burberries, be careful how involved you get. His fan base is rabid and prone to doxing private citizens. You also don't want to recreate a situation of Rob's Channel 2 with it being struck down by a mass flag. That is also why I was really careful. If you guys didn't notice, I gave that lovely disclosure that everything that you see was taken from a publicly viewed space. It was not at all private. Nothing that was done on this channel was at all doxing. I didn't call anyone out. I actually blurred out some of the names. I'm not about doxing people, and I'm trying to do this the right way. Trufflehound, legit question. Do we think Darius has researched and printed off a list of industry codes and regulation and is systematically taking off laws he wants to break? Huh.
Yeah, do not try to collect the high score of laws broken. That is not a good...
That's a weird bet. It's a weird bet.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he necessarily did that, but him being called out and him still doing it, his actions are questionable at this point.
Just a bit. Yeah. Chickenhead PK Neely. Ian, your word greasy. Taking from the Trailer Park Boys, LOL, as a Philadelphia Collins would say, he's greasy. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I said that right or anything like that, but insert accent there. Thank you.
Have you seen the Trailer Park Boys?
No. Oh, are these the ones that were like, take your swing?
Nope. This is we're gonna have to expose you to some let's call it cult.
You pull it up. I'm going to keep reading until you pull it up because I've got a number that's sitting in here in the parentheses. It says 54, and that's
the thing is, if you play it on stream, you're gonna get a
we're not going to do that then. You can give me the recap and you can show me tomorrow privately.
You've got I'll send you some clips and you got to watch this show because there's entertaining moments. I'm probably gonna do some videos on Trailer Park Boys just because, oh my god, some of it is funny.
Yep. You got it, Sarah V. It's the same thing for insurance agents in Illinois if they meet the requirements for having to maintain a premium trust account. True. Vez from Quebec. Don't forget to sleep at some point, guys, because I'm really looking forward to the 4th installment of a Trees of Eternity saga. It's gonna be fun. And yes, we will sleep. But sometimes when we're tired and cranky, Ghostblade likes to kill people.
Guys,
Ghostblade is a character.
Gimlet in jail. Just think about that and the shenanigans that can involve.
Yeah, Bree is so lost. We played Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday. It's really fun.
Yeah, I know. I've watched it before.
I mean, as a guy who's been playing Dungeons and Dragons for, I don't know, like 25 years at least. It is amazing to watch like Rob and Alita go from like, I don't know what's going on here to just really getting into it. So that is something special to watch from my perspective.
Yeah.
I'm having the most fun, just the most fun.
Yep. For every Cuber, thank you for the super chat. I'm just a Bigelow, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Hi, Rob, Bree, Ian, and Kurt from Montreal. Enjoying the Friday Night Frenzy. Hi there, for every Cuber. Eileen, my lawyer won't physically touch the checks. Made me sign it out from a designated accounting assistant. I think he's superstitious about it. Nope, he's just smart. To be honest,
I did the opposite. I mean, every trust check, nobody else had signing authority on my trust checks.
Yeah,
the bank was like, we can give you a stamp that you can sign with. And I was like, you can go to hell. I don't want anything like that. If it's not signed in ink, no. Every one of these will be signed. Like, this is your trust, and this is the other thing is, let's say you are running a law firm and you hire an assistant who is straight up evil. You hire the, Darius Cooks of the legal assistant world. And they go wild. They start doing all sorts of crazy things. Guess who's responsible? You. You can't deflect that blame. I literally I went into court at one point and I'm just a junior. The firm I was with had hired an assistant who was straight up inept. And it was like, yep, I missed the court appearance. And it was, the assistant, didn't properly diarize it. They put it in for the wrong year. But I am, I acknowledge I'm responsible. This was my error. And the judge was like, that's good, because when you started saying your assistant put it in for the wrong year, I was about to rip you a new one. But I am really glad you got around to, yes, this is still your fault, because it is. So, your assistant steals the money, you have to pay it back. So you got to be super careful on all that.
Yep. Let me try here. Kelly is Kona. My birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You are a lovely 34-year-old human super mom and a single mom. Can I get a quick shout out in your lovely southern drawl, Rob, Heart, your channels, and all of y'all? Yes, Kelly, happy birthday. The happiest of birthdays. You do you, boo-boo, and you single mom, you kill it, you crush it, and you love it. Yes, do it. Happy birthday. Peggy Reardon, EDB is in California, and CLE Credit Law Conference. We'll be back on Tuesday. Love it, love it, love it. Grace J, does EJ want the liabilities that come with that estate? Probably not. Tanya, the tiny spider monkey ninja. Oh, God, I always love that name. Hi, Rob. Hi, Rob, Ian, and Bree. I'm late, but good to see you all. We love seeing you here. I love the name. Always do. Mantha Johnny, what if the lawyer is the trustee? Canada and USA laws. The lawyer is the trustee. No, that's not possible in bankruptcy cases. Bankruptcy cases, they're separate appointees, especially when there's a conflict in that particular situation. That wouldn't happen. Berries, I think you have enough unicorns now to have a unicorn holding a unicorn, riding a giant. No, my gosh, don't put ideas in their head. Carolyn Ross, I love Friday nights. Greeting from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Hi, Kurt and Ian. Happy Labor Day weekend to all. Happy Labor Day. What?
How far behind are you?
Very
Kurt
far.
There's a 40. There's a 48 sitting there. Every time I try to catch up, I love you, Ian, but you're like, there was this time, and the time we have different definitions of clocks.
Well, first of all, it is, not the same lateness for me as it is for you, because it's 8:40 here. It's 10:40 for you. Second of all, I'm just here to bring the spice. So
and you guys, for anyone in the chat who's ever saying that I'm talking down to Ian,
oh
no, this is how we talk. If you haven't tuned into any of the live streams that we're on or hung out with us, this is how we talk.
Guys, Rob, I met Rob. Basically, I had no clue who he was, other than just, he started commenting on this. We were both going to go to the Johnny Depp trial. Legal Bites basically was like, hey, you guys should talk and, see if you want to wait in line together. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I just, sent him messages, and he's like, hey, where are you staying in Virginia? And I was like, I haven't figured out a hotel yet. I got to find one with good Wi-Fi because I got to be streaming. And he's like, or I got a space. And so, went down, met Rob. He put me up in his house, which is amazing because, he doesn't know if I'm some crazy serial killer or, Darius Cook. Suddenly I'm going to be, bringing in a whole bunch of people and running a commercial kitchen out of his living room or something.
To be fair, this is before you brought swords out on stream.
That fair enough. Actually,
and
no,
you might have left a 2-2-3 round on my kitchen counter.
No, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. I'm going to deny that.
Don't get it on recording.
But that's yeah, no.
But we met up, and it was like, holy crap! I feel like we've been friends for ages, and we just met. It's just one of those things where you meet somebody and you're like, holy crap, we just understand each other. So yeah, if anybody thinks Rob is talking shit, he's not. We're good. So yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And we actually had fun with Bree at the wedding, and Bree is awesome, and her hubby is also awesome. Yes. And yes, complete boss, both of them complete bosses. I love it.
And
paid forever. Yeah.
And holy crap, your hubby's got style.
Please don't tell him that.
I didn't want to say it out loud. But
he really does. I'm
not gonna lie.
Style.
He could not have been a luckier man standing next to that purple. You and that purple. Yep.
That was his first time wearing a suit.
Yep.
He does not like suits. Yeah, first time wearing a suit because he just didn't like it, and he went crazy buying a bunch of suits after I told him he needed a suit for the wedding. And then he's like, oh, and then we're gonna have to go to lawyer events and stuff. So now I need more suits. So that was his first time wearing a suit. He did a good job.
He wore the hell out of that. So
you did. All right, guys.
I deal with people who's their first time wearing a suit all the time because that's clients are often in that situation. Usually they look uncomfortable. They look awkward. They look, it makes them look bad. It often makes them look worse. He just that guy can command a room. So fantastic.
Okay, we are going to help our supermod out. We're doing speed round.
Okay.
And if someone goes off on a tangent, which I cannot prevent, I love you guys. I'm going to pull up the super chats that don't have questions in them, and they will continue to play while the rant or tangent goes on.
Didn't specifically point the finger at me there.
Yep. Ishcade forever. Getting daughter hooked on y'all. Can you say hi to Desi? Hey Desi. Hope you're still watching. I'm sorry that I'm getting this late, but hey, love you guys. And thanks for watching. Best from Quebec. Husband, I'm loving him because he can't do it. That happens. Sometimes hubbies can't do the things. Miss Deed, Rob, you often promote other channels. So sweet. I now subscribe to Bree's channel. More wine, always more wine, and more Bree all the time. Jerry and Max, thoughts on channel from probation officer, pre-sentence investigator, COO of community-based correctional facility aspect, giving it serious thought. That entire, yep, crazy. Everything about
that's something that could potentially get you fired if they don't like it. So, check on that first.
Yep. Correct. Trufflehound. Interesting. The Southern Virginia accent pronounces Melbourne correctly. Yes, because it's Melbourne. Melbourne is Melbourne, and Melbourne is Southern, and Melbourne is also Australian. It's how it works. Aber Smith. Hey, Bree. Love you, girl. Good luck next week. Good luck, Bree. Miss Opinion. Greenville, South Carolina. Federal lawsuit filed against Rockstar. Alleged conspiracy of SA and billion-dollar profits. Rockstar, the music label, or Rockstar, the energy drink?
Or the gaming company.
Or the gaming company. I don't know. Someone write that down, please. I think I have a screenshot thing. I have a screenshot thing. I took a screenshot. Awesome.
Sorry, but this is getting really spicy, so I might be slightly dying.
Good. I didn't mean it that way. I mean that, like, when you're slightly dying, you need more beverages. You have to drink more.
Oh, I'm enjoying it. So
yep,
I'm here for that.
Yep. Peggy Reardon. There was a crime just like this many years ago. It's connected to that judge. Yes, that is right. 2008 was when he was convicted. That was just a civil penalty. Runkle, same story as my aunt in SS says. On top of it, the parents usually basically abandon them after.
Yep, that's
also
talking about kids in,
Yep. Michaela Ishmael. Got to pause you to go to dinner. You're probably back now. We'll be pouring a glass of wine and Riesling when I get home and resuming the show. Love you all. Love you too. Thank you very, very much for watching. Chrissy Lee, thank you very much for that very generous super chat. Anyone here practice in Massachusetts? I need someone to make my neighbors shut up. Their music has been shaking my walls and my bed since 5. No, but for real, thank you for the distraction, everyone, and good luck next week, Bree. There are such thing called noise ordinances. Do not call 911. You can call and report them to the local authorities. They will come and stop the noise. And don't do that. That's not advisable at all. Chrissy, hope you can get some sleep. Thank you for tuning in and hope you're doing great up in Massachusetts. I love seeing you here again. Matthew Payton, much love to all. Cleaning my shop and loving the stream. Oh, God, the shop. I missed that thing. Thanks, Rob, Runkle, Bro, and Kurt. 9-inch Nails Gals, thank you for pending to my accent curiosity. You are more than welcome, my dear. Q Reverie, don't know if I've super chatted you before. When was your last jury trial and what was the verdict? I don't do jury trials. Oddly enough, Virginia, when we do these domestic relations cases, they're never a jury. We have the right to claim a jury and ask for a jury. We don't do it because family law cases are messy, and trying to pick a jury and predict what a jury is going to say about a family law case doesn't happen. So no, I don't mess with that. Bree had to jump off. Okay. Yep.
We do juries way less in Canada, and I have actually not taken a jury trial to verdict, but I've taken I've had a jury trial that went to the Crown decided that they did not want to they didn't want to run it after they saw where the wind was blowing. And I've had but most trials in Canada are held in front of a judge. So
most trials, period. And we kind of prefer it that way because juries teaching the laws is different and it's risky.
I do gun stuff, and like that's my special, like that's what I focus on. And a lot of gun files you don't want to put in front of a jury. Because a jury may well convict somebody just because they don't like guns.
True.
It's like, I want this to be decided on the law.
And to the chat, Bree did not yeet herself. Bree has responsibilities like that handsome husband / husband to be that we were talking about. They need to have dinner. We're going to let them enjoy their Friday night. So that's why she jumped off. She did message Runkle and I separately saying, I got to jump off. Yep. It was my fault for catching up on super chats. Lindsay Metcalf. Okay, but Happy could also totally be Happy Gilmore reference. Probably true. Yep. Wolfkinder 3. Another option unicorn name is Hope.
It
Yes,
could, but the show Happy actually has a unicorn called Happy. So, yeah, you gotta watch it first.
I don't know if I want to. Metathorn, thank you for the super sticker. Another option for the unicorn's Hope. I don't know if I like that. What about Woodchip for a name? There's too many puns. Gina Thomas, I adore you guys.
I like that one.
Say it again.
I saw somebody say Sawdust.
Sawdust is already Ziggy Sawdust. That's Ziggy.
Oh yes, you've already got a Sawdust. Okay.
I know. It's crazy. I have unicorns. I adore you guys. Trial of the Century Case Idea. Ginny Clary Case and screenshot. Barbara. I'm gonna screw that up. Ogetta. Happy is the name of the penguin that saved Christmas in my house when my daughter was about to lose the faith in Santa. Interesting. Happy Feet. Isn't that also Happy Feet? Happy is happy. Ian's about to ruin that for me, so I don't want to. I'm not going to commit to anything at that moment. 9 Inch Nails Gal. I am banned from being a juror because I have too many connections with cops who often prosecute the case and defense. That is both lucky and unlucky. I always want to be on a jury. Samantha Size. Leather handcuffs. Oh God. That's
Guys,
a Runkle thing.
Somebody did reach out to ask me if I could make them some interesting things, and the answer is I basically only make things as gifts for people I know. So if you want to get those, order them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They have this thing called Amazon. They delivered it discreetly, apparently. Mavi Vasquez, why would you change the perfect name? Listen to Robin Hitchcock songs, Happy and the Golden Prince, before you name anything Happy. Your caution is going to Runkle, and I'm concerned. Pam Williams, 149 super sticker. Thank you very much. Angel Raber, Bree totally thinks all the thoughts. She just doesn't say it. No, she thinks it and says it. She just is very, very, very nice about it all the time. Lori Liani, Rob, please join link on about page for Apple people. Thank you. I'm not even going to screenshot that. I'm actually going to write that down. Runkle, did Mrs. Runkle ever get her Debt Be Heard necklace?
Yes. I should take a picture of that, but she did get it. Yeah. That, no, it's a nice necklace. I should take a picture and yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Runkle, saint.
Oh my God. She is such a saint because hey, I need to fly to another country to watch a trial of here's the thing, a celebrity that I didn't really even follow. All these people are like, oh, Runkle is this Depp stan. I'm like, if you had asked me before this trial, hey, if there are, which are the top 5 celebrities you'd like to meet? I don't think he'd have made the list. He might now, but at the time I was like, So, yeah. And she's like, what do you mean you want to fly back to Virginia? And I was like, I totally want to see how this finishes. I want to see this to the end. And she's like, she's like, this is one of your things, isn't it? I'm like, yes. She's like, okay, but that necklace I've had my eye on, I'm going to get that. So I was like, yep, that's reasonable. That's fair. So
that's exactly the case. Rob would like us to send him tequila. No, thank you. But thank you, Samantha. Batman, I hate successfully for fun. Gotten out of law enforcement handcuffs twice. Oh my. Thanks for my insane flexibility and distraction of alcohol intake by the others involved. Don't post your name next to that social media icon, just in case.
I used to be able to dislocate a thumb, but can't do it anymore. I got old. The other thing is that those things can be shimmed open, in a lot of cases, and a lot of like police handcuffs are not super secure. It's actually kind of terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So I see people saying, "Am I dying a little bit?"
Yeah, he's about to turn super red, and I fear that we're gonna lose McSquirrel in a moment because it's late. Marianne Williams, super sticker, thank you very much. Carol Gastineau, Rob Your Unicorn should be a strong old Virginia name. Secret Squirrel gave me a recommendation. I'll get to that when I get down to these super chats. I love it. Old borrowed crime, name the unicorn Naughty. No, the chat will have way too much fun with that. But On Borrowed Crime is a newer channel doing true crime stuff. Go follow them if you want to see that stuff. Awesome. Check it out on YouTube. Council District 1. Hello. How is everyone tonight? Could I ask for a quick breakdown of your live? I'm just now able to listen. It's been a very, very busy week. Finally winding down. Wow. There was a lot of crazy. We went off the rails 3 or 4 times. I tried to bring us on track. It did not successfully occur. We talked about Girardi, Darius Cook. We talked about other things. That's about the recap I can give you. I'm so sorry. Try to catch the replay. There is a replay crowd tomorrow morning. They always do it. Yep.
How about Swarf as a name for the unicorn?
I've got one. I have it. I just have to get there. I have to get there. No, it's not Swarf. Nicholas Darrow, Union Labor Law. Hi, Runkle. Chocolate Butla.
I don't know what that is, but I'm Googling it right now.
Bhutla.
Ooh, considered to be one of the hottest peppers, and it has a really cool color. It is a weird brown color.
Cool.
Now I gotta get them.
Yep. Aviation Vidac. Unicorn should be named Beauregard, Bo for short, and said with the accent every time. Possible. Could order the Hot Ones kit and DI. No, I would not survive the Hot Ones kit. Ian would. I wouldn't.
Ship them here.
They might. David G. Unicorn name should be Stacks because it's stacked against all the others. Lizzie Metcalf. We skipped over the L&D teaser. David posted the poster for tomorrow featuring very special guest. Drop that DM in my private chat, please. Runkle, can you find it?
Which one?
David's poster. Go to David's Twitter. He posted a poster.
Oh, yes. I will find that 1 second here.
I need it because we have to do that before we get off. Karen Hamrick in DC, lawyers eligible for jury blah, 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 blah. Words. Are you going to drop that in the private? You just did. Yeah. In DC, lawyers are eligible for jury duty. I've been on juries with lawyers, but a criminal lawyer would not be on a criminal case, and likewise for other specialties. DC has a lot of jury trials, a small jury pool, and a lot of lawyers. That's really interesting, Karen. I would like to do that. I bet that was fun. New Zealand Butterfly Girl. By the way, I contacted potential criminal for Ghostblade as counsel tomorrow. I'm not sure they are going to get on the phone call.
I think
Sean,
I think we've got a lawyer set up for this.
Do I have a lawyer? Am I going to trust this lawyer? I don't know. There's something I have to open in the private chat. I have to get through super chats. Then I'm going to open it, and we'll see. Amanda Merck. Runkle is killing me tonight. Runkle's killing a lot of people. He's killing himself.
Michelada Sabrosa y Picosa. I think I'm pronouncing that somewhat in the ballpark. Yeah. I don't read Spanish at all, but I'm guessing that means something like a michelada should be spicy AF. So
kinda. You're close. You're pretty close. It's just Judy. I was a rental coordinator. The renters had to sign contracts and purchase a $1 million insurance policy. Ian is wiping his nose because it's too spicy. Many treat other people's property with such disregard. Weddings were the worst. Alcohol makes people do stupid things, and they don't treat property like they should.
And the wedding party is going to be super busy, and nobody else wants to clean everything up, so they probably just leave the disaster. So, yeah.
Always. Normie, gotta go. It's nice chatting and throwing fun banter at Rob. You guys love doing that, and I actually kind of like when you do it too. It's fun. Bop it. Loving the Friday Night Frenzy, and Happy is a great name for the jury foreman. He might be happy, but I have a name picked out. Hey, Rob, love your channel. I DM'd you on Twitter. Hope you managed to read it. If not, thank you again. I sent it 25th of August. Jessica, I actually did read that one. I will respond after this live stream is done. Jill Siphonis, nursing bronchitis with a hot toddy and enjoying this Friday night stream. Really looking forward to Lawyers Dragons tomorrow too. Me too. We're going to get off this stream so we can get on that one. I am not Nick Rekieta. I cannot stream until 6 a.m. and still keep going. That man, I don't know how he does it. Peach quilting. It really is. It has to be at some point. Peach quilting. I love watching you guys. Peach quilting. We love having you here. Peggy Reardon, our best friend, lost his law license when his association ran off with the money. A warrant is out for the association, but our friend had to give up his license. Yeah, that is not. That's.
It happens. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's really kind of messed up. Nicholas Stero, Eunice, still not Runkle's dad. He's Norwegian. I'm Swedish. I don't know.
It's true.
Y'all look similar.
My sort of background is Norwegian, and what is it? I went to Oslo for a semester, but what is it? I still want to do a surströmming stream. I've got a can of it, but I think I need to order another can, which is kind of crappy because those aren't cheap to get here in Canada. It's like $100 to get a can here. But I want to do a proper surströmming video with like the little potatoes, with the little flatbread to go with it. Because all these people do surströmming videos where they're like, oh, this is disgusting, but they're not eating it right. And so I want to actually give it a proper try. And so, Rob, if you come up to Edmonton, we can do that and run a surströmming try video and see how that, if you're down for trying a fish that is fermented in a bulging can.
I don't like the way that sounds. Also, how much are you sweating right now? Because it looks like you could use some milk. Yes. And you've wiped your nose at least 6 times in the last 3 minutes.
The thing is I'm not dying. It's just that there's certain physiological responses that kick in, even if your mouth is not burning to death. You start sweating. Your nose starts running, even though you're not, feeling that, that thing. My dad actually has a funny story about this.
Oh no. Wait, hang on. Let me
I'll wait till you get to the
Nope. You can go. Keep going. Go.
So he had nasal surgery, and they recommended that he eat a lot of spicy food as hot as he could tolerate, because that helps clear your sinuses, and that's important after you've had sinus surgery. So they then, but because of the surgery, he also had no feeling in his mouth for a while. So he went and asked around and basically asked, where is the hottest restaurant in town? And so we got recommendations, and he then went to this restaurant, and there was like a bunch of stuff with different pepper listings. And there was one thing that had 6 peppers listed. He's like, I want this. And it's this soup. And the server was like, no, you can't have this. You are too white to eat this. You cannot have this. And he's like, no, this is what I want. I want this soup. And so they eventually they were like, okay. So they bring out the chef to try to convince him not to have this. And he says, nope, this is what I want. And the chef is like, all right, but you pay in advance. You pay the full cost of your meal in advance because you are not going to eat it. And so you just pay now. So we did. And of course, he's got no sensation in his mouth, so he's pounding the soup back. But he says at one point, because he's got no feeling in his lips, some of it spills and sort of runs down his chin, and he has to wipe it off, and he can feel the burning on his chin because it's like super, super spicy stuff. And so, but he says there's people looking at him from around pillars and through plants, basically going, when is this guy going to die? And so he finishes up this meal and, tips and walks out, and they were just like, what the? But he did note, and this is important, don't do this because he regretted it greatly later. So you can fill in your own blanks on that. I also see people asking if I'm talking about lutefisk. Lutefisk is a different thing than surströmming. Lutefisk is codfish that is soaked in lye, and then the lye is rinsed out of it, and it is kind of this jelly consistency, and it's kind of flavorless. Lutefisk is not terribly... I've had lutefisk. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about, but some people really, really love that stuff. Surströmming is packed into a can, and it ferments in the can. So it continues kind of... I mean, it's not exactly rotting in the can, but it's doing stuff in the can. And yeah, and I see people saying that Malort is it's a long A and a long O. Malort or Malort. I don't know. MB, let me know. I don't speak any Norwegian. I wish I did.
I don't know. But I love...
Oh,
this is Bluetooth.
People want a pup date.
Yep.
So Potter had X-rays. I actually thought he'd be coming home feeling a little sort of dopey, but he was actually really on the ball after his X-rays, and he's getting to the point where he's like, I want to run. I want to go and do things. And it's like, no, buddy, you're still recovering. You can't go for like... I'm sure that what he'd really love to do is just go to the off-leash park and just pound it, but he can't. It's like, sorry, buddy, you can't. You got to be on a leash. You got to be, we got to keep you stable. But the vet tech said basically they thought the X-rays looked fine, but the surgeon's got to give the sign off, and the surgeon is away until Tuesday. So once the surgeon is back, we'll get a full detail, but so far, it looks like he's doing pretty good. He is, he really wants to just run, and somebody's asking what happened to him. He's just, he had double sort of doggy ACL equivalent surgery. And that's just because, just basically genetics. We noticed that he was walking a little bit odd. So we took him to the vet because it wasn't getting any better. And the vet was like, yeah, he blew one leg and he's about to blow the other. So you got to surgery, you got to do the surgery. So, so we did, and he's getting better.
I love that I have this Bluetooth headset where when I leave the room to go and do what nature requires of people, I can still hear Runkle, and I just know he's not going to stop for a period of time, and I can come back and still have time to take a glass and sip of wine, because that's how that works. Sarah Lee, 11 p.m. is still 1,000 people watching. Congrats. Thank you. That's you guys. That's not me. That's you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Go ahead.
MB is saying that the O is pronounced like the in herbs. So Malort. Is that Malort?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better, MB? I mean, this stuff, as far as I can tell, it's used for like removing nail polish, but I guess we'll have to, I should figure out how to pronounce it properly.
Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready for the big unicorn's name now?
Yes.
So Lathe is going to be the short name, but I've had plenty of time to think about the actual long name.
Uh-oh.
And it is going to be in the proper Southern Virginia. And the name of the very, very, very large gentleman sitting right there behind me is Latavius Zigadiah Sawdust, otherwise known as Lathe. So yes, Lathe is the short name for Latavius Zigadiah Sawdust. Thank you, Secret McSquirrel. She rocked it tonight, so yeah, she gets to name the unicorn.
Oh, Secret McSquirrel is amazing.
Yep.
So
yep.
Yep.
So Council District 1, haha, fair enough to break down. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. Like I would have done it. It's just these things go sideways real quick. Try to watch the replay. 2X is gonna be fun because I speak kind of fast.
And guys, if you're wondering, like, when you read about the Vikings, if you're wondering why they were so pissed off when they landed, it's because they had to eat things like lutefisk and surströmming along the way. And so by the time they arrived, it was probably like, let's send out a peace mission. And by the time they've spent 6 months in a boat eating lutefisk, they're like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just kill everybody. I feel like that is the basis for a lot of the Viking activities.
Yep. And then I actually want to bring this one up because I've also got another one that someone asked me the question, and I hate to do this. I'm so sorry, Secret. I really do want to land this stream, but there was a very important question. Someone asked me if I named the one that Rosa Baruberries, the little crochet guy, and I did. And he is Brutabaca Zegediah Sawdust. They all have the same last name, Zegediah Sawdust. Brutabaca, but he is going to be called Brew. So Brew is his name, and it is after Baruberries, who made him.
Nice.
So we've got Brew, we've got Lathe, and we've got Zig. So we have the unicorn family. Hey, from Nashville, these Friday to Frenzies make my week. It's been a long week drinking sweet tea and loving the stream. Thank you very much. That's the point of these streams. We have fun, and we have fun tomorrow morning too. So we love starting your weekends off in the best way. And I'm going to pull that up in a minute. Ishcade forever. Thank yous to all. Thank you all. Had to prove you were live. Daughter didn't believe it. Oh, well, I hope she now believes it. She was excited to know it was love. Love you guys. Thank you for all you do. Love you guys too. I honestly, it's awesome having all of you guys live. And shout out to your daughter for watching. Hopefully we were not using too many profanities. I try to keep these things around the PG-13 variety.
Hopefully we're using just exactly the right amount of profanity.
Exactly the right amount. Exactly. Yeah, but thank you very much. Lobshaw, wait, the jelly fermented fish in a can? Don't they bury it something first? How many meals have funeral? Yeah, Rob, run. Rob is not going anywhere near a can that Runkle opens in front of him. I'm just not doing it. I say that, but I'll probably have enough whiskey, and he'll be like, "This is a thing, eat it," and I'll be like, "Okay."
Surströmming has to be opened underwater because, first of all, often the can is under pressure when you open it, and it will spray, and so the water will soak up the spray. Second, the smell of it. You don't open it indoors because it can like ruin things. There's actually a lawsuit where a guy sued because he was evicted for dripping Surströmming juice in the lobby of an apartment building. So they evicted him for that. And he was fighting this. And in the actual, in the trial, they brought a can of Surströmming in and opened it for the judge. And the judge was like, I understand. Yes, that eviction was not only justified, but in fact, a righteous action that was necessary under the circumstances. And that had to go. Or this guy had to go. Surströmming is like banned from planes. It's banned from public transit. It is like, if I was a cop, I would be really tempted to, you know, how they've got like flashbangs to clear people out. It's like, if you want to get somebody out of a house without violence, you just punch a hole in a can of Surströmming and lob it through the window and they will leave.
Why do you know all the things that are horrible?
I mean, the man's got to have hobbies. Like I said,
your hobbies are knowing things that are horrible?
Kind of. And food should be able to fight back. This one just has a different defense mechanism.
God, I hate that you had the ADHD to bring that back. I really hate that you remembered that. All right. Okay. Yeah, I know. I see the chat. Anything he wants me to eat, run. I probably will until he gets me with like a couple of whiskeys. I'm like, sure, why not? Hayden, thank you for that. That was a very lovely trip down education lane that I didn't need to have happen. Okay, we have to get Secret off of here. Lutefisk, the mustard sauce is the thing. Surströmming is fermented in a barrel for 6 months before canning. Malort is hangover shots. Oh my God, you guys are a different breed.
I mean, it's accurate, but Malort is basically hangover in a bottle.
You guys are just different.
If you want to describe the taste of Malort, if you've ever like drank your ass off on tequila and then you pass out and you wake up
Don't do this. Nope. Don't do this to my chat. Because the thing is, I think the words you're saying right now, are making half the people in the chat emotionally go back to a place in college where they had this thing that you're about to describe, and they felt it and they smelled it. They already know where you're going.
When you wake up, that's the flavoring of Malort.
Don't. Oh, you're terrible. Kimberly Fine, any plans to cover the Army Hammer allegations? Unrelated, I know. Just hopping on from that docuseries and Pixar link has me fired up. Ooh, interesting. Army Hammer. Okay.
You're not going to want to Google that while you're on stream.
I'm not doing that on stream. Andrea Laws, love watching YouTube banter. Hi from New Zealand. Hi from New Zealand. Love the Kiwis and the Aussies. You guys need to get along better, to be honest. I love that. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate in the chat for that one. Hey, Kiwis and Aussies just love each other and hug. I'm sure that's going to go over well. It has for so long. Emily, listen earlier, but one more TLDR recap on said lawyer who lied to his ex-client. Oh, the Maryland Manson case. Oh, yeah. You don't have to, but I know it's not hard to. Look, it'll take me 60 seconds. I can do it in 60 seconds. Okay. Lawyer presents two accusers. Defense attorney represents the person who is being accused of doing the bad things. Defense attorney says, I want to depose this accuser. Lawyer says, sure, no problem. They continue it out. He says, this person, this accuser you want to depose can't sit for the deposition because she's going through mental health problems. We need to continue it. He says, this lawyer says, sure, no problem. We'll continue it out. Sure, you just give me the documentation of the health thing. This guy says, absolutely. I'm happy. We will continue it out. I'll give you the documentation. All of a sudden, we find out that this lawyer over here was fired by this guy, by this accuser, this female accuser, fired in April of 2022, well before this August date ever came up. And the lawyer is saying all these things on behalf of this person that he did not have authorization to say. They should not have been said at all. And then the lawyer for the defense attorney had all the receipts and said, I'm going to bring you the receipts. And laid them out in front of the court and said, I'm sorry, you lied. So now Jay Ellwanger, that is his name. These two, that lawyer. Jay Ellwanger. It's just a natural progression. I'm sorry. I was the first one to figure that out. I don't care. It's Jellwanger. Because at some point in time, I was going to say things too fast and say Jay Ellwanger, and it was going to get to Jellwanger. So Jellwanger. Yeah, Jellwanger is in a heap load of trouble. I cannot wait until next week because there's going to be a responsive filing and there's going to be a judge's decision, and I want to see all of it because I was not interested in this case until this asshole of an attorney decided he wanted to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was actually the moment when I was like, maybe I should be looking at this because I don't want to look at this case too much because I did listen to a lot of Marilyn Manson when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I will feel so bad if I come to the conclusion that, like, because people are like, oh, you're such a, a shill for one side. I'm like, the thing is that I might look at this and go like, Manson is at fault. I don't know. Like, I know that I have that capability, even though I listen to a ton of, and including in places where I was, in a dark place in my teenage years. Sometimes that music just felt like the right thing to listen to. So I'm just like, I don't really want to touch this case, but man, that Jellwanger stuff is just like, yeah,
he's a problem. I just can't wait. I'm the same way. I'm not getting into this case in general, but this guy, this attorney in particular, I have opinions on him, and I'm going to keep voicing those. So, Emily, yep, already did that one. Took a little longer than 60 seconds. You need to go to Moorhead, Minnesota to see the reproduction Viking ship. Apparently,
Or
that's what you have to do.
go to Oslo and you can see an actual Viking ship. Yeah. You should do that.
Yeah, exactly. Van D, are you planning on discussing the lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears? Aries Spears is being sued? He says a lot of
Everyone's being
stuff.
sued these days.
Tiffany Haddish. Why do I know that name? That's another comedian, right? Probably.
And I see Laura would like to, she says she'd want to see me in court. Canada doesn't televise trials. However, I have been on one televised trial because the Supreme Court televises. So if you go to the Supreme Court of Canada webpage and you search my name, I think you can find the case that I appeared on. And so you can actually watch me at the Supreme Court of Canada. I'm actually kind of at some point do a stream where I have other lawyers on who can critique it. And just, let's have some people and just be like, hey, let's tear this apart, because that's about the only way I'm going to watch it again. So.
Hang on. I'm grabbing one or two things. Okay. No, I did write that down, though. You're sweet for not trying to pronounce my last name. Hi from Chile. Eloetha? Is it with a Z? Is it the tha? Please tell me if I'm wrong. That was probably terrible. I got enough flack for trying to do Italian the other night. Bartolomeo. Nicola Sacco. Yeah. El Hueta.
You actually did really well at that, I think.
El Hueta is how I pronounce that. That's how I pronounce that. If it was Spanish from Chile, I'd say Hueta. El Hueta. But I probably butchered it. It's just Judy, the fetid stench from dermestid beetles. Eating all the bad things that trigger a lot of bad thoughts in heads of smells in a room in a field museum smells far worse than surströmming. I could eat for 3 days. Oh my dear, it's just Judy. You cannot traumatize the chat. You just chose to. Because I think Law Patrol, Hayden, outrageous ethical violation stream. Anyone? I know what I'm doing tonight. You do it, Hayden, man. The deets are out there, buddy. Grab them off Pacer. If you need the link, DM me. I can give you the files. Nicholas Stero, Unionist Labor Law, Isterban, Warm Smoke Lard. Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. Warm Smoke Lard sausage. Why don't you have it in the US? You have everything salty and fatty, but not this culinary masterpiece. I'm pretty sure there's a reason. Kendra Jensen, go to Denmark, row a Viking ship out in the fjord. I would love to. Truffle Hound, steady with the New Zealand Aussie relations. Never met a Kiwi I didn't like. True. I don't mean that. It's always disappointing that we lose the Bledisloe? Is it Bledisloe to them? But All Blacks.
I assume it's a ranking competition.
Bledisloe. I imagine it's rugby because the All Blacks are that's New Zealand's rugby team.
I'm pretty sure it is, but
they are not to be effed with.
I'm just being salty.
Kiwis and Aussies get along just fine. We're just like siblings. We argue sometimes, but we really love each other. You do, unless there's a rugby match on or a cricket match, apparently. And then Jaded Canadian, want to see Viking settlements? Lawns, All Meadows, Newfoundland.
Yep.
Did I say the Lawns right?
I think so. Lonso Meadow. Yeah.
Lonso Meadow?
Yeah.
Sure. That's what we're going to go with. That's how it works.
That's my best effort.
Ian was on TV witnessing a massacre during cross-examination. We both were. We both had the very privilege of sitting in that courtroom and having a very good time together and spending a whole week together. Actually, 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. And
yes, Lawyers and Dragons poster. Hang on.
The thing is that was a massacre. That was a massacre on direct. The cross was just like, you got to watch a lawyer just sort of stride up there and just be like, All right, this is all lined up.
No.
What?
I just saw the poster. If you guys have not set your alarm for Lawyers and Dragons tomorrow, if you have not set your alarm, if this is the judge, Ghostblade is fucked. Like,
put it up.
Oh no, I want to let the tension build for 2 more seconds because that's terrible. I can't. Oh
Now,
my
is that
gosh.
the judge or is that defense counsel?
I don't know. Holy crap. Oh, okay. Hang on. I gotta do it.
Top right, folks.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So tomorrow, Lawyers and Dragons.
Or if she's the prosecutor,
we're so screwed. If she's the prosecutor, we're done. Hope she cross sides. Look at Alita. Alita is so happy to be prosecuted. So am I, apparently. You guys both look concerned. David is being very super secretive.
Yeah, I would definitely be concerned.
Emily is looking exceptionally devious. I do not like this.
I think that's just her standard expression. She's got a pretty good sort of mysterious kind of playful deviousness about her.
The worst is that regardless of whether she's the prosecutor or she's the defense attorney, every time we've been on streams, we've been equals. Like I have to defer to the judge.
I mean, you don't have to.
I don't. Would Ghostblade do that?
Because I know Gimlet is a fairly irreverent little bastard.
He looks that way.
He certainly is a let's just say he's got a personality to him.
Oh God, I did not see. I kind of saw that coming, but seeing that like as a poster.
Yep.
Shit. What time is it? Oh shit.
I see people saying she's bringing the heat from California. Well,
she's in Nashville.
She's in
California. Oh, she's gonna be so cranky because it's gonna be so early. She's gonna have her pumpkin spice latte, and we are fucked. Oh, you guys.
Hey, Gimlet's got a plan. It's not a good plan, but it's a plan.
I mean, if you have not set your reminders, I will say this. It will be on Richard Hoag's channel, Hoag Law. Hoag Law. I will link it in the description below as soon as this video is done. 10 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. I will tell you this. We have a lot of fun together, and we have this banter together. If you guys have not caught the live stream, oh, here's a great example. Here you go. You can have this. It is the most accurate depiction of how
But
ADHD
the conversation
works.
feels so linear to me.
This feels linear?
Yes. Oh, that was such perfect timing too.
I mean, that is how attention deficit works. Sometimes I have to slow down and explain to my wife, like, these two things are connected, but here are the 6 steps that I skipped to get to them. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And ADKEMT, it's not fear. It's an understanding of where this could go. Like if anyone has ever tuned into a live stream where Emily, Ian, and I are on the same screen. Oh, baby. All right. We have 3 more to go. Pam Bystrack, thank you very much for that very generous super chat. The Viking ship was built by a high school teacher.
Wow.
And then sailed to Moorhead's sister city in Norway. The teacher died from cancer before they could sail.
Oh,
his children did sail it. It is a sad but interesting story. That is an incredible story.
Yeah.
if you have the link to that, I would actually love to read that, and I actually might like throw that up as like a positive thing every now and then, like a little 2-second thing. But yeah, please send that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Chris M, you definitely need a nope or a nope emoji or a GIF for the Ziggy. Yeah, I have to say that quite a bit every now and then because I have to cut people off because I see where they're going in their heads. Nick Listero, out of Prosecco. Mrs. went to bed an hour ago. Joining her. This was fun. Remember Easterban with mashed potatoes and pickled red beets. Thank you, Nicholas. Enjoy your evening. And to those of you who remain with us, I hope to see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. because
you better be here, 'cause, this is going to be the best thing ever.
This is going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be just Gimlet is going to make some decisions, and maybe 1 in 10 of them will be good.
And Ghostblade is going to try to figure out how he's going to get out of the situation without getting caught by Emily D. Baker.
I kind of feel like if we work together, we might have a much better chance.
No, this is out of game knowledge. We can't take this in game.
Well, I mean, we can figure out that we should work together. That makes sense.
EDB was an LA County prosecutor. She's seen some stuff, knows fuckery when she sees it. Yeah, but we're all litigators. Like I'm a litigator. Ian's a litigator. Yes, she was a prosecutor. We faced off against people like Emily.
Well, and keep in mind, I do criminal defense for that is what I do. So the number of files I've seen, there's lots of them. I've seen a ton of police investigation or police interrogations. So plus Gimlet still has access to the minor illusion cantrip. So there's all the sorts of things that I can pull out for that.
Yeah, true. All right. You guys will... Oh, there it is. Do you feel better now? Because this is how I want to leave the chat, with this nice sound of peace. I know this that's why it's going to be epic. Yes, it's going to be epic because the effery that's going to be pulled off on this stream is going to be beyond epic. It's going to be fun. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow morning, and I can't wait. So until then, if you have not gone and subscribed to Ian's channel, he has 2 of them now. He has Runkle of the Bailey and Roll of Law. Roll of Law is a lot of fun. Give it a watch, give it a follow, subscribe to both. Ian is a good friend and a great content creator. Sarah Lee, interview at 10. Sad gonna miss it. There's always the replay, my dear, and the replay is probably gonna make you laugh just as hard. Ian, would you like to say goodbye to our lovely chat?
Thank you for joining us, chat. It's wouldn't be as fun without you guys. I mean, I always enjoy hanging out with Rob, but playing off the chat is also a lot of fun. So yeah, subscribe to Rob, subscribe to all of the people who've been here. Boss Attorney Bree, her channel is I think 12,000 subs, she said. So pump those numbers up. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I pop onto these things because they're so much fun. So I really like sharing that with you guys. And see you in the morning, because I always have trouble sleeping for these things because I'm just so excited. Yep. So if you want a tired Runkle, there'll be more tired Runkle tomorrow.
Tons of it. And before you guys leave, before I leave you, I want to give a special thank you to all of our mods, every one of you guys. The chat has been amazing. You guys are all wonderful. You are so great to each other and so great to everyone that comes in as guests. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to the mods who does such a great job of doing that, especially our very own Secret McSquirrel. If you wouldn't mind, as we're logging off, from all the members that have been gifted, everyone that's there, let's see some Secret McSquirrels in the chats. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Ian. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Enjoy the evening, and I'll see you then.